Industrial Dawn?
CERN?
That was
yeah,
awesome.
Large Hadron Collider.
Yeah.
What do you think of
playing
that? Fucking cool.
Right.
We could have had one in the 90s.
I did
here
like
in
the
the
one
US.
in,
anything? You know
No.
what they're fucking with?
Did you see the
Come
reboot?
on, man.
What they did on
I
Netflix?
didn't.
Come on.
Oh,
when
man.
they
I teach
know you
astronomy
do.
and
I know
meteorology,
I know
man.
you do,
The
but
game?
come on.
I
I
didn't
mean,
get Aggie
what are they
yet, but I
doing
got
whenever
Far Cry
That's
they're
what I meant, yeah.
in their
Fucking
paperwork,
good.
in
Has
their
a lot of
studies,
potential.
on their website?
First 10
It talks
minutes
about them
are
trying to do
horrifying in the sense
dementia
that
shit there.
he
Well,
has such
okay,
diehard
not-
fans.
Yes,
I wouldn't
it's
say
just
like
that.
they're trying
Willing
to
to
find
throw their
evidence to
lives,
see if there's a
literally,
multiverse.
And then why do they
into
post? Why do they have
helicopter
such
The big
weird
thing is that they're
to
trying to
prevent you
find
from
new
taking them,
subatomic
from taking their
particles. Like
leader,
you heard of the Higgs
and then you
boson?
just
You
hunt
think
into
they
the
can fuck
wilderness,
with any of our
and it's just
reality?
Yeah,
How
I
do you
might
know
have to
that?
go get it.
They
It's
couldn't
really
fuck with
fun,
our
and
reality.
it's
That is
You
never
okay,
been like
these
you
games always
realize how
provide
much
hundreds
energy
of
it
hours
takes
of entertainment,
to
and
just operate
the-
CERN, right?
It
the
takes
DLC
yeah,
is already
well,
coming out.
you
They
know
already
how
dropped
big
3
the
pieces of
explosions
DLC
are?
and a season pass.
which means that there's
Yeah,
more
they're
to come.
tiny, tiny.
Super
Right.
tiny. Like,
So-
But that
one
point,
of the
But
one of
but
the
it blew up.
I see what they
It
do
blew
with
up
it. There
in
is
like
a
2000.
yeah,
in-game,
because one of the cooler things
purchasing
failed, and it
kind of thing
didn't.
going
And
on
all
now.
it did was damage
Micro
the
token,
the tunnel.
microtransaction
And then-
But it's
shit.
only
But
for
it
like
kills like
everyone
6 people,
glitched
or 3
out,
people,
glammed
whatever.
out, fucking
Oh yeah, I mean,
machine
accidents
guns
happen. I
and,
mean,
and
fuck,
like
look at this
jeeps,
space
everything
shuttle.
else you can unlock just playing.
Okay,
So,
So,
in that respect, I
But you don't
respect
think
it.
you
You know what I mean?
Our voices are live?
Okay,
Oh
how
shit,
was
guys.
all-
Our voices have been live. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
I didn't have
We
to tell you
have
how to
been
do it this time.
neglecting you. Hello.
So,
Welcome to Radio
one of the
Land
concerns
for the time being.
with CERN was is that it could create
Reaching out to you,
Joshua?
we
essentially,
could get, like,
through the
sucked in.
airwaves.
The Earth would get sucked into it.
My name is
Literally,
Joshua.
they said if they even could create a
To
micro
Mr.
black
Spanky,
hole,
we miss you. We love you.
a micro black hole,
Rooting for you, brother.
maybe last like 10 microseconds.
It
So
just
a
sounds like
nanosecond, not
a
even
mumble
nothing, and it
or a
would just
jumble of shit.
What happened?
Jumble, jumble, jumble.
How do we know really what's going on?
Cacophony.
I mean, they do post it. They do put.
I mean,
Reaching
it's
out
all
essentially
public.
through
I mean,
the
the
airwaves.
Europeans,
This is
it's all
not
public.
governed
Don't
by
they?
Their
us.
headlines,
Ladies
though,
and gentlemen,
like, on their website.
We're
are
gonna
really
get
weird, the stuff they
sexual
post, like, hunting the beast.
sensual
Like,
healing.
weird shit
Please
like that.
touch me on
You
my
guys don't understand the game, though. Like, it's not the
First
game
time
that-
I heard
like,
sensual
is it
healing
the
or
router
sexual
They're
healing,
putting out early,
I
like,
thought
the
that
5
somebody
giga,
was
the
in an
5
audition
whatever beast,
making the
like,
worst
something
decision of
Well,
their
yeah,
life.
Seems
like,
like
physicists
push it
and
to the
stuff.
limit, man.
You heard that? You were like,
Really
oh.
difficult.
Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, is
communicate
he even
what they're
saying-
doing.
Push
at
it to the
CERN.
limit.
So they try to relate it, and to be fair, the Europeans could do a
got the
better
fucking
job.
Full
extravagant
setup.
No,
background.
like, they're not doing any like secret
Basically, the 3
project
guys
thing.
he picked up outside the studio
Yes,
and just
there is a chance
quickly
that
give
they
him a
could
swift kick
accidentally
between the
do
legs and be
something,
like,
but the
say push
odds
it to the
are-
limit or I'll do it again.
Guys.
There's no meaning to any of this. Get that son of a bitch off the field right now.
What are you talking about? I'm TV's Fred Durst.
I hate the press. I hate you, especially.
I'm regretting this already.
I'm the philosopher formerly known as Goldfish.
El Bongo!
Grab him by the pussy.
I don't know what that means.
This podcast may contain content and humor that most, if not all, will find blatantly offensive and possibly even demeaning. The viewpoints expressed during the podcast are strictly opinion, are merely meant for the sake of entertainment, and in no way expresses our true beliefs. We strongly suggest this be watched by a mature audience only. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Hold it, and action. Hi there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Not Governed by Reason podcast. Was that good?
That was pretty good. I think you got it. I think you got the smolder. I think you got the
I
smolder.
hope they're watching.
I think they are.
My name is Doug. I am one of your hosts of this show. And tonight I'm joined by the colonoscopy himself.
Hello. reaching deep from me to you into your soul. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
You had to drink the jug before the
did. He got it down.
Come on, man.
Well-
I'm almost 40. That sucks.
Yeah.
You're going to deal with that shit soon.
Josh is taking a little bit longer to heal from his ethnicity change than we were expecting.
He went from trying to go to the Latin persuasion now to some kind of southeast Filipino something. We don't know, but our thoughts and prayers and curiosity is with you.
Yes, absolutely. Curiosity
Thoughts
is
and prayers.
Yeah.
and curiosity.
First one of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
Just a second. It's in prayers and curiosity. So tonight's a very special episode.
Special.
Because it's a milestone for us. It's our 69th episode. 69! That's right. We have done
landed on the moon.
69 episodes as of this one.
No, just kidding. No, we did.
And with this, we decided we would launch. We launched it last week, and we talked a little bit about it, but we have launched our Patreon page. And we'll get back to that in a moment after I introduce these two gentlemen. Kevin Weather the Weather Pollock.
Too sweet.
And the semi-dog, the semi-dog himself,
Semi-dog.
Jonathan Hamid Hamid.
All right.
I
Right?
still want that belt.
The belt to
You
hold.
said semi-dog. How about semi-god?
Oh, semi-god. Sorry, I'm partially dyslexic.
So basically, he's the Mack
Only
truck
half
overlord.
the word I flipped.
Like Mack truck
Only
stopped
half
for a
the
minute.
word I flipped, not the
Yep.
whole thing.
Earlier
Only-
text him, I was
yeah.
like, I want to be introduced as the semi-god, not the demigod. And he was like, okay, awesome.
Testament, nothing goes to plan. We make plans, Doug laughs.
The semi-dog himself
Semi-dog, yes.
is here. So yeah, that's exciting. We are gonna wine him. We're gonna dine him. We're gonna 69 him tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
Yeah,
What?
we're going to do
What?
that.
What? Huh?
Me and you, big boy.
Well, that to watch a 69 him, you'll have to be a part of our Patreon page.
That is considered the whining and the dining.
Yeah.
That is 2 for 1.
Yeah.
2 birds, 1 stone.
So then you get the 69.
For the whining and dining.
Yep. 2 for the price
Without
of
the
1.
pining.
Oh, party foul.
I'm leaving that there. I knock it down 100 times when I'm here.
Every show, dude.
Ding, 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 ding.
So,
Every time.
God damn it, Jonathan. So I would like to take a second because we launched it this week, but we've already had people pledging, and that's fucking awesome. I gotta say thank you to these guys, Colin and Mike.
We weren't supposed to say that part.
You told me to say that part.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm
maliciously
positive.
chuckling.
But I'd like to thank them. And here's a special video that I made just for our patrons as they patronize us.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. You are a magnificent being. Thank you for filling our hole with a little bit of your soul. You're like our own personal Jesus, because you reached out and you touched our faith. You even gave it a little tickle, didn't you? Now that you are an honorary part of the NGBR family, there's a few importantly minute details you need to know. First, if and whenever yous try to leave, you can't. You're stuck for life. Twicely, not even faking your death will get you out of our family. Thricely, the only thing that could save yourself is by moving to Venezuela's or Alabama's. We can't and or won't go to either. Again, allegedly. So, strap in, cousin, because you're in for a wild ride. Stay tuned for all sorts of meaty and sensual content just for you. And depending on your pledge, keep an eye out, because there'll be a gift coming just for you. If there's a perk or a reward that you don't see on here that you'd like to see, you can drop us a line. You can contact us on our Facebook, facebook.com/notgovernedbyreason, where you can also catch us live every Tuesday. Or you can even email us at press@notgovernedbyreason.com. I love you, and I will see you at the big family reunion in West Virginia this spring. You're bunking with Mike this time.
Lucky Mike.
I love the 90s sitcom music going on in the background. The late 80s, early 90s.
Kind of like the instruction video for like
Family Matters or...
I liked how seductive you were.
I tried to be.
I mean, that was...
the meaty bit.
I forgot to tell them about the part where if they pledge enough, they get a dance from me.
Oh.
I didn't know about that.
No.
But, oh shit, we're up in the
You got it on
game
video,
here.
though. There was
We're
a camera
up
recording
in
that.
the game here.
Delete.
How do I pledge now? I'm just kidding.
Well, we got all sorts of fun rewards in store for our Patreons. I can't wait to please them. So, anyways, we should get on to the topics tonight, though. Yeah.
So, have you all seen The Ritual of Firstness?
Isn't it rock, paper, scissors?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's 1, 2, 3, shoot. What?
It's Squid Go Pro.
Squid Go Pro. Is that the new porn category on Pornhub? Where it's right next to the gun section?
They don't have the gun section yet.
But it's...
Hashtag Squid Go Pro.
That's only a special type of porn, and you can only get that in Japan, folks.
True.
Special order it now.
You can get any kind of porn in Japan, though.
Is that the... Never mind.
Yeah, no, that's
As
the one
long
you
as
think
the
it is.
pubic hair is
The
blurred
whole-
up.
Down there.
Cthulhu crotch, yes.
Cthulhu crotch. Cthulhu crotch.
So,
Sorry.
hands in the ring. You two.
Us?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Hands in the ring.
Good old rock.
Two
Nothing can
fists
beat
go
that.
in. One man walks out.
Now, 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Yeah.
Right?
Every week.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
We should just make a highlight reel at this at the end of the year. 2 out of 3.
Oh.
We just went. Oh.
I
did.
fork go.
Was
Go.
it 2
You
out of
pick.
3?
I thought it was 2 out of 3.
I just smashed his scissors twice in a row, bro.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Tried the
you
good
smashed
old
his
rock.
scissors.
Nothing could beat that strategy, and it backfired.
So, with our topics for the night, should I go through the list real quick?
Yeah, please.
We have hashtag celebrity Deadpool,
That's my
which
favorite.
we should do towards the end, I always recommend. Hashtag Patreon launch, we talked about that, we'll talk about it again. Hashtag that's where it happens. Hashtag not all heroes wear capes. I'm not going to say hashtag a million times. Idiot of Champions. Faithless humanity seeds and stems, and the plot thickens. The more you know. Wildcard bitches. Only tech can save us. The drugs don't work. No gov, no love. Shaping our youth. Packing heat. And God's will. Those are your topics for this evening.
The drugs don't work.
The drugs don't work. This kind of could go under and the plot thickens, but we all know Prince died. We all know Prince died of a drug overdose,
Tom
right?
Petty, too.
But they said he had an extreme amount of fentanyl in his system.
Like,
Suspiciously.
like someone OD'd him on purpose?
Maybe.
And for the folks at home who are not aware of what fentanyl is, that is some high-grade, military-grade opiate.
All right, so was anybody actually, who's benefiting off of his death, though?
Family. Who gets
So,
the
heirs
was he
together.
at home when it happened?
Well, we're going to benefit with a bunch of posthumous albums.
just like Tupac.
Dude, how many posthumous or humous Tupac albums have there been now? Like 20? Like more posthumous albums than what he
And remember,
actually
they even
released when
had
he was
him.
alive?
They had him appear on stage as
At
a
Coachella.
at Coachella as a what do you call it?
Hologram.
Hologram.
Well, they were supposed to make Prince a hologram at the Super Bowl, but the
They said no.
They said no, and then instead they just kind of put him on a sheet.
Yeah. Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Profiting off of Prince's fentanyl death.
No,
Now,
fentanyl's some crazy shit.
JT.
how
we get you.
we all know like this was a sad blow for us, but how was the blow to the Jehovah's Witnesses?
Was he a Jehovah's Witness?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And
like
Jehovah's
Catholic or
Witnesses aren't supposed to take like modern medicine. And
Well,
shit like
yeah,
that.
like they're strictly like that religion pretty much states even if you have like surgery.
Yeah.
Isn't it also like no birthdays or celebrations?
Yeah, they don't celebrate
Holidays?
Christmas and stuff like that.
I really wanted
Don't
to
they
be
believe in aliens?
No, those would be the Mormons.
That's what it is.
Well, no.
Well,
Mormonism is the
Scientology.
Scientology of Christianity.
yeah, there's like
Hey,
a,
think
you're on
about
a
that.
planet. There's a
Dude,
bunch
speaking
of.
of which,
It's
I
true, there's
have a
lot of
separate subject
lot of
from this
things I
subject.
know
Remind me
about.
about it.
I always find out things I don't know. And I come
No,
here.
Yeah,
What
no,
is
That
that
really
fentanyl?
happened? Don't tell me.
Same
We,
here.
we can't. If we talk over each other, we cannot hear.
Apologize.
Sorry.
It
This
just
is our
becomes-
indoor voice.
Yeah.
No,
So, do I need to pass the talking stick around?
No, talking stick.
The talking stick. Whose turn is it?
I don't know. Whose turn is it?
I was just gonna say,
Hashtag whose turn is it?
I was just gonna say about the fentanyl. Like even first responders are literally ODing on this stuff, even though they're just only responding to people who've OD'd on it. That's how
Touching it.
literally just accidentally touching this fentanyl will freaking kill you if it's in the right dosage.
Well, in small doses,
yeah,
too.
just micro doses.
Well, see, the thing is, the thing that people are overdosing on, and not necessarily, I think in Prince's case, he did have medical grade fentanyl. But in a lot of the cases of people dying, it's not medical grade. It's shit being fucking sent in from China. And then there's car fentanyl that is even worse than fentanyl. And that's that shit you hear about, the gray and the pink, and that's brought in from overseas. And a little tiny bit will fucking kill you.
I think I watched like something on
Netflix.
on Vice about it or something like that.
Vice
And it was
is
like, was
good.
it green too or something?
Sometimes there's
Really?
different colors to it. Yeah.
But why would Prince need medical strength? Like literally,
All that fucking, dude.
literally, like they give fentanyl to like terminally ill cancer patients
Yeah.
that are in so much pain before death.
It's a good way to. It's a hospice drug. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hospice drug.
Not necessarily. It gets prescribed a lot for people who have broken their back severely.
Wow.
As well. Like severe back breaks will. I know a lot of people have had them
And
for
they don't
that.
give them Percocet anymore for that shit.
No,
'Cause I had
dude,
a back
Percocet
and
doesn't
neck
do
injury.
shit when you've had like a fucking collapsed in vertebrae, like at the base of your neck and shit.
Yeah, when I had kidney surgery and they gave me Percocet, I was like, dude, this isn't. I don't even want to take it. I had bottles sitting around. I didn't even take it. Really.
What I love about fentanyl is the company that made it was like, we've got to make this more appealing and addicting. So here's patches that you can put on you. And here's suckers in like 20 different flavors that you could
Christ.
drool on for a long time. I mean, no, they're not. But there's suckers. They have medical fucking suckers that you can get.
And
Fentanyl sucker.
Literally, Colorado had to completely rework their edible law because of kids might get into it. But I never heard that they made fentanyl freaking lollipops, man.
And
That's
they last for
insane.
hours.
That is freaking insane. So we're thinking though that maybe Prince was. So Prince had medical grade.
I don't know
Who knows?
if they're not necessarily saying like that it was that there was foul play,
Just can you imagine,
or
be like,
that
what are you
maybe
sucking
it
on?
was
It's THC, don't worry about it.
deliberate. I think they're kind of more leaning towards it being deliberate.
So like a suicide kind of thing. That sucks.
That is.
Or murder.
I mean,
Dun dun
Dun dun dun.
and a lot of the time with these creative souls, they are tortured souls at the same time. You know, the most creative minds we have, the most brilliant musicians, the brightest stars are the most tortured souls. So I mean, really, you look at the last 100
Matt.
years and think about the most memorable people who've made.
Robin Williams.
Huh? happy, lovable, go lucky, and so sad on the inside.
Well, most of those people are.
I guess like they described like how Raul Williams did in his life, and it was just crazy.
Yeah.
Like nope.
So Matt says hello. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Corey says Grandma broke her hip and has fentanyl patches, and it makes her a little goofy. LOL. I bet it does.
Mm-hmm.
Grandma's all fucked up.
That's funny.
Well, did you hear what Trump's trying to do with the whole opioid epidemic? He's like, we're going to execute the drug dealers.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we talked about that.
This is turning into the Philippines.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
On here.
Oh, yeah, because what's that going to do? Nothing.
It's not going to be good.
Are they going to go after the big
You
pharma
got to go
guys?
out. Yeah, you got to go after them and the bankrollers and all that.
They're going to be
Did
hunting
you
in
hear
poor
about
communities.
that West Virginia town that was prescribed so much
Oh yeah, we
painkillers
talked
that it was
about
like,
that on here
like
too.
it was like a
tens
thousand
of thousands.
Yeah, it was like $1,000 or 1,000 pills per month for every man,
Citizen
woman, and
that
child
lived
in
the
that town. It was
It
crazy.
was what it would break down to. It's fucked. I think you would have to go after the pharmaceutical companies, and we just talked a little bit ago about the guy Suboxone, and how he bankrolled the rehabs and treatment centers to start using it, and insurance to start covering it. Like he bribed people.
Now that's the stuff that brings you back to life. If you
no, that's Narcan.
Narcan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Narcan.
Well, that's
Suboxone is like tofu heroin.
Suboxone, it's what they replaced in most clinics.
Instead of methadone.
Yeah, and it's fucked.
Dude, it's insane to think about, like, if you actually look at it from like a world perspective, the United States consumes 80% of the world's painkillers.
Oh, it's more than that.
It has
It's
to
like
be more.
90
That statistic's a couple years old.
it's like
but yeah,
90 something.
And the scary
we're
thing,
a bunch of pussies here in the U.S.
where it's Western medicine. It's the idea here. It's a Band-Aid culture. It's how do you
Well, yeah, that's true too. It's not how do you actually get to the root problem and prevention.
Well,
Exactly.
my worry is you're going to start seeing like even further misuse with fentanyl and shit. Like there was a thing a couple years ago at a big government meet in Russia where a bunch of people got sick. Some people died like from exposure to a gas that was pumped into this banquet hall, essentially, and it was carfentanil in a gas version.
Who was it, like a terrorist thing?
Yeah, it was like a attack on these Russian diplomats and shit.
It's crazy.
And this other guy recently who got sick, there's been a lot of people dying from gaseous forms of these drugs, and that's scary. That's scary. Think a little speck by itself in a powder form can cause that much damage to a person. If you were to make it airborne,
weaponize it.
That's scary. That's scary as fuck.
Literally, you would just slow down breathing and then just collapse.
I don't know. Overdoses are a painful thing.
Oh yeah.
They're not, they're not good.
I've heard people having an overdose.
They don't call them underdoses.
Yeah, I've heard people having overdoses so hard that they like strain backs, break backs, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, and so that's the debate also over like Narcan. Like, there's certain places where, I mean, even here now you can get it over the counter. You can be trained on how to administer it, and cops carry it, ambulances carry it, everybody carries it, And
I'm not going to be surprised they're going to start having it at schools.
Yeah,
is it enabling?
I watched a documentary on it one time. Actually, we were talking about, and I forgot what city it was in, but they said that they use it. He said I use this at least once every day.
There was the guy who started the program in Camden, New Jersey.
Is that where it was?
I think it was, and he was talking about how he dealt with the same people all the time, and it almost becomes a superhero.
Well,
I can't die anymore now on overdosing. Like if I have Narcan nearby,
it kind of sounds like what the governor of Maine said, because he vetoed a bill that his legislators passed saying that basically it was the whole first responders and everyone carries Narcan to bring back people alive. And he's like, why? He's like, why should I do that? They'll just go and OD again, and it's just a waste of resources.
True story.
True. It might be a waste of resources if you just stop them right there. If you just intervene right there, right? Mm-hmm. But, like, I like what, like, New York's doing, like New York City. So, they have, you know, if they have to go and revive a guy with Narcan, they'll actually leave 2 canisters or 2 other doses with the person that, like, the caretaker or whatever. And if those 2 doses have to get used again, doesn't matter the time frame. Okay, so if those 2 doses of Narcan that get self-administered get used, and they're all tracked by radio ID tag, and if those 2 doses get used in the home, they come in, and then basically they have to go in for involuntary treatment. At least it's a starting point.
True.
You know,
it's a good idea though.
It's, I mean, so. But, like, so they'll get the first one they'll get, like, I mean, obviously you're not going to be like, hey, ODing person that's near death, you know, we're not going to give this to you because you're just going to do this again.
Right.
Yeah, you're going to bring the guy back to life if you're a human being.
Yeah, absolutely.
You'll wake up in the hospital handcuffed,
right.
and they'll take you where you need to go.
Right, exactly.
Matt, to answer your question, in Indiana, it was a sheriff who was proposing the idea that they charge people who are overdosing with the bill. That they would charge them with
Well,
the
I
bill
think they
of
should
being-
do that to begin with. Unless, well, I mean, that's with the current system we have. But, you know...
Where chat shows up as anonymous, man.
Friggin', if we had a single, like, if we actually had a decent healthcare system here in the United States, we would not have this huge epidemic problem. If it wasn't driven for profit.
No, if we didn't find ourselves right now at the mercy of drug lords running under completely legal means in suits and ties, being paid huge figures and getting tax breaks and having the power to lobby, like, that's horrifying.
It is.
We are this country was built off the back of guns, and now there's just pills flooding. It's kind of turning into a shittier and shittier place to live, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you can't bitch though, because it's such a great place and it's better than everywhere else. That's always what I hear.
And like, what's the reality of that? Really,
It's
like,
not.
I bet if right now if we turned on a video chat to someone living in Amsterdam.
Actually, you know, there's a lot of turmoil going on overseas right now.
Oh, there is.
In
The
Europe,
world's a pretty dangerous place right now.
The refugee involvement and shit that's happened there has caused tensions on both sides.
And plus, you got Russia fucking meddling in everything.
People, and the EU separating.
Think
with
that's real?
Britain and
What? Oh, the whole Russia thing?
Yeah.
There's a lot of evidence suggesting that it is.
Yeah, but if Russia colluded, we also did too. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, we intervened in, like, Iran's elections back in the 50s.
I don't mean just that. I mean, like, we were in on it with Russia. Our president was not just put in by Russia. Like, they worked together.
Yeah, it wasn't just
colluded.
like
right.
If it happened,
First day Trump's in office, he's sitting there, and all of a sudden Putin comes out of the closet like, "Hello, we must have conversation."
I saw that.
My biggest question: where's the P video?
Oh,
drip, drip, drip.
You know, I wonder if it's going to be sold to the highest bidder and how much it will go for. How much would you pay?
No, guys. Sorry, I know we're getting kind of sidetracked, and we should probably move to the next topic. But I'll just leave it with it, like with Trump. The only 2 people Trump has yet to criticize on Twitter are Putin and Stormy Daniels.
Probably Mike Pence too.
No, he went after Mike Pence on Twitter before.
That's balls.
But the only 2 people that he's never, ever, ever criticized on Twitter are Putin and Stormy Daniels.
Weird. You think now, especially with the Stormy Daniels issue.
I want to see Condoleezza Rice fight Donald Trump.
Whoa, that would be intense. She's apparently an amazing pianist.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Really?
She's also on the college
These people
football
are like,
playoff
oh,
committee.
they always have some kind of crazy talent.
Yeah. This is weird. Condoleezza Rice has 0 knowledge about college football, but she's on the college football playoff committee. She gets to help pick the 4 teams that go play for the national championship every year.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Either.
Maybe you should put
Wait,
some
you're
by the
saying
butts.
it's rigged?
Oh, dude, college sport.
Wait. Wrestling's not real?
WWE.
Wrestling is the realest thing
Goldberg
ever.
is the man.
UFC's
Goldberg's
so fake.
getting introduced into the WWE Hall of Fame
In
this
boxing?
year.
Finally, is he still alive?
Oh yeah, he wrestled last WrestleMania.
Yes, he is. Jeff Goldberg is still alive. Hashtag Goldberg lives.
Goldberg.
My Facebook profile picture was Goldberg in the Sparks for the longest time, dude.
Hey, I remember watching Goldberg on WCW Monday Nitro weekly 20 years ago.
Damn.
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Goldberg was awesome, dude.
I went through the Monday Night Wars in real time.
He had the spear and the jackhammer, bro. Boom.
It was so bullshit. Too.
I used to love wrestling back then.
Everybody did.
Well, I was telling these guys before the show that my brother took his daughter to a WWE live event that was at Pepsi Center about a month ago, and I tagged along. It's fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to understand that it's not fake; it's scripted. You could obviously still get hurt. Like one of their big female wrestlers actually got hurt yesterday, and they're like 2 weeks out from WrestleMania.
Damn.
Sorry, they're like, "How you gonna deal with that?" Sorry, storyline. Yep, the astronomy and meteorology guy watches wrestling.
Stop staring at me. You're freaking me out.
You're freaking me out,
I am?
man.
Y'all both were.
They're colluding.
Oh, they're colluding. I was like, what's going on right now?
He's mad at me for
All
talking
right.
about wrestling.
Oh, my
The thing is
brother
wrong
knows
with
more about
wrestling,
wrestling than I do.
Just totally
All right. So
sidetracked.
Kevin, what is the topic of yo choice?
Kevco.
Gosh.
Kevco.
Let us go with Idiot of Champions.
Idiot of Champions.
Bum, 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 bum.
So our idiots of champions this week are delightful, ladies and gentlemen. You're gonna love these idiots. Let me pull them up. Sorry, I'm a little behind because I didn't have to pull up sources on the last story because I remembered them all. This I don't remember because I'm a fucking idiot.
Whoa there.
I'm an idiot.
Whoa there.
And I took a lot of acid while my mom was pregnant with me.
How did you take acid in the
I had it smuggled in anally.
He had a guy.
Whoa.
Whoa, you had a guy.
Yeah.
It
was smuggled in rectally, man.
The biography of Doug Ware.
Did you do a thumb print when you were little?
You can read about
No, he
it
got
on
those
his
scalded
bio on
off
Facebook.
by his second trimester. Doug's some hard shit, man.
He was just zooming in there the whole
Truth. I came out woke, bitch.
While Doug's
Would
pulling
the
up
acid
the,
really
the
affect
article.
you, though, because the DMT's already,
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you brought this up, Doug.
So one of our this could also go under and the plot thickens because we've talked about this fool before. The guy that we talked about a while back who was planning on building his own rocket and launching himself into space so he could prove that the Earth was indeed flat, successfully launched that bitch this week
With him in
it. What was it, 1,600 and
About
some feet?
1,600
Yeah.
feet. Nowhere near close to 62 miles required to get into space.
Wow.
He died?
No.
No.
Didn't he suffer some pretty gnarly
He
injuries?
fucked his shit up pretty good.
But hey, it was flat the whole way. The whole distance was flat.
The whole way.
Now, to be fair,
whole
this
way.
guy could have done it a lot cheaply, way more cheaply, and a lot more safely by just buying an airline ticket and flying across the country. Or
Yeah.
even better, flying to Hawaii.
Wait till you leave for what, Matt?
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh, but no. So I do give props to the guy. You got to give him a little bit of
Yeah.
respect for actually pulling
You know what?
this shit off.
A lot of these guys are
But
all
he's
talk.
also fucking stupid.
I mean, you know,
I don't know how the. Did he have like a suit and like oxygen tank, or is he
probably
just,
not.
No, this guy does not seem like he is
Probably like
thinking that far ahead. He probably is
Airtight,
this
like-
close to thinking oxygen isn't real.
no, for real. He probably has like a walk-in freezer strapped into some kind of propulsion thing and just
Dude, that's
close the
probably...
door and he doesn't initiate the launch.
You know he had to get FAA clearance to do this, right? Since he was going... No, well, actually...
I'm gonna take a gamble and say this guy does not
Yeah,
give a
below the
fuck what the
deck, you're
FAA
okay.
says.
But yeah, like, 1,600 feet, though, is nothing. Nothing.
descending aircraft to the area, maybe.
He had to deploy 2 different parachutes to even slow it down enough. If he hadn't deployed the other one, he'd have been fucked.
Dude, if anyone's ever played Kerbal Space Program, it's either more boosters or more parachutes.
I hate that game.
Oh, the game's alright.
It drives me insane.
I got it on PS4.
Yes, you have to really kind of know what you're doing.
We're playing Fortnite though instead right now.
Everybody's playing Fortnite.
Yeah, everyone's playing Fortnite.
I'm keeping it real.
I'm playing Fortnite Zombies.
I'm playing Borderlands. Too,
you guys.
Still.
You guys.
But anyway,
just picked up the Far Cry.
Props to the guy for actually doing it for what he believes in.
Yes, absolutely.
But he's also fucking stupid for building his own rocket and doing it.
Yeah.
And that the Earth is not flat. It is an oblate spheroid. Oblate spheroid.
He kind of reminds me of, what do you call him? Evil Knievel.
Oh, a Daredevil.
You know? Yeah.
Stuntman.
No, I mean, like, he reminds me of Evil Knievel.
Oh,
not because the way he looks and, like, the way he presents himself is kind of, like, Evil Knievel-ish.
Maybe this guy is just having kind of like a midlife.
I think so. He's
Flat
living in the
Earth
desert,
stunt.
dude, just out in the middle of fucking nowhere,
Dude, I
baking
can
on the
totally
rays.
get why
Bacon on a lot
he
of stuff.
believes that the Earth's flat because that's all he sees around him.
It's just the
But like I said, like,
the Badlands and the desert.
literally-
Where's the guy from?
I think
he's from California.
Yeah, California and
I was either
Nevada.
California or Florida, one of the two.
No, I'm pretty sure he's from
No, this
California.
doesn't involve some guy going down the highway with like bottle rockets strapped to his roller skates.
Put it on setting 3.
It looks like there's a cape attached to the rocket.
Yeah, it looks like there's one. But that totally looks like a solid fueled booster.
Mad Mike Hughes, they
That
call
doesn't
him.
even look big. That doesn't even look big enough to hold a person in it.
Have you actually seen the Mercury capsules that sent our astronauts first into space?
Mm-mm.
They're fucking tiny.
Oh, God.
Even the Apollo capsule that sent us to the moon is fucking tiny.
Cramped right all the way.
When I went to Kennedy Space Center,
Like
they have
fit in
one.
this room tiny?
Oh yeah, the command module of Apollo missions would totally fit in this room.
Yes.
But
Holy shit.
oh yeah, that's totally a solid fuel booster. Their fucking camera right there shows the Earth's not flat.
If you guys get a chance, don't leave us. But go to that link I put in the chat room, and you can see the video of him launching. And there's definitely the GoPro.
Is that a
shows.
parachute going up right there?
I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's parachute.
He definitely did not make it even close to a cloud.
So to put it in a perspective,
He didn't even make it higher than we are right now.
so he went 1,600 feet.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's not.
Yeah.
To
We are
technically
higher up than he
be in
is right now.
space, the international agreement based on the aviation rules of France, if you really want to go deep into it, is established at the Carmilla line, which is at 62 miles above your head, above sea level, 68 miles above your head, roughly.
Okay.
So it's like 300 and like almost 400,000 feet.
Yeah, and this guy didn't even
Didn't
encroach
even go
5280.
1/10 of that.
Yeah.
He didn't even go 1/5 of that.
They did say he got up to 350 miles per hour.
Wow.
Dude, that's some pretty strong G-force he felt.
That was probably horrifying to be in like a homemade spacecraft.
Corey
just
has a
hurtling.
hashtag I can fly.
Nice.
I always found this fact amazing. So
350 miles per hour.
the rocket that sent our first astronaut into space, Alan Shepard, was only enough to shoot him like 360 miles into space or so.
God damn.
The launch escape system on the Apollo command module was more powerful than the Mercury Redstone rocket that shot Alan Shepard into space.
Ding dang.
Check that out, boys.
Orangutan. I love it when Pollock's on. Professor Pollock, the mad professor himself.
Hell yeah. Got Sagan represent.
Dope.
So, the next part of this Idiot of Champions is about a New York man who is being sought after by police for taunting and punching a 5-year-old kid in a subway.
Say what?
In a subway, as in a transportation or a
Yes,
restaurant?
as in the transportation. I think maybe
Okay.
they...
Is there a video?
I'd be more. I'd understand if it was the restaurant.
This kid punched a child in the face.
No, this guy punched a 5-year-old in the face.
On the subway.
Was taunting him, are you going to cry to your mommy? After hitting him.
But we got to know both sides of the story
Question. Now, question.
Answer.
Did this little kid get up and, like,
Punk
pee
his
on
ass?
something? Or did he get up and be like, yo, what's up, old man? Whoop, pop, and slap him? Did he test the guy
It doesn't
100?
say.
Did he test the guy 100? Did he test the guy 100 fucking times? I mean, regardless, it's a 5-year-old. This guy's like the size of an Oompa Loompa. Like, come on, dude. You can't, like... You know what I'm saying? You can't go full ham. I mean, I can understand open hand slapping if it's not your kid and he's just like, what if he has like a stick or something?
It's not your kid.
Yeah. And what if he has like a stick or something, dude, and he's just like, oh, I'm gonna hit you with it. You know what I mean? He smacks the shit out of you with it. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be like, all right, your parents obviously aren't teaching you a lesson. Whoop-ah! Like...
But that's not acceptable anymore.
Yeah, just get off at
That's
the next
not
stop,
social
make
media.
comfortable eye contact with
Bro,
his kid. Like, yeah,
guess what?
What's up? Like,
Even
no.
if that kid is acting the worst, and you lay a finger on that kid, those parents are going to go after you.
What if that kid
and
just hit you in the head with a stick?
Doesn't
Solidly.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Damn, so you can get attacked by people nowadays and not do nothing about it. I don't care how. You can't pick him up and throw him.
Dude, you can flip
I mean, like, even like,
because my
pushing them
grandpa
away.
said he was like, never hit a woman, right? He was like, don't ever hit them. But if they're coming at you, pick them up and throw them.
Huh. How big was your grandpa?
Big man.
Okay, that might have worked. That might have worked in his favor a couple times.
You know what's funny?
I don't know, some of the women I've dated, couldn't do that.
My mom taught me that if a woman wanted to fight you and started hitting you, you had every right to knock her the fuck out.
Whoa.
Not my beliefs, though.
Right.
Not my beliefs. I've never been that kind of fucking
No,
person.
same.
I think that's... I have the opposite beliefs in that. But it was just crazy that my mom, like, taught me that growing up. You know?
Your mom's intense.
She is intense, dude.
Literally
She's
what
been
I
on
was
the
taught
show.
was doesn't matter
Twice.
how
I've heard that, yeah.
bad the girl is unless she's trying to take your life, like seriously trying to straight up murder your ass. Just fucking like literally it's like if she's trying to take your life or like coming swinging at you with like a baseball bat. Those are like the only two like exceptions.
But this is a 5-year-old.
Yeah, this is a 5-year-old. Though.
Oh yeah, then the
so can you pick him up and like
You're
hold him
scaring
above your
soccer
head?
moms.
Can you, like,
Sorry,
pick him
soccer
up,
moms.
can you pick him up and hold him above your head? Like, or do you just take the abuse if he's kicking you in the shin over and over again? Are you allowed to push him over? Can you give him the finger at that point?
Well,
Like-
just role play real quick with me here.
Okay.
I am I'm an adult and you're a child.
I would never hit a kid, just first off, just to let you know.
Yeah, I would disclaimer.
That's
This is a
bad.
total
Again.
hypothetical.
Just
But-
I would never hit a kid. I get no.
not when I'm sober. Anyway. Oh shit. So you pick him up, and you're a kid. You get picked up, and you just get held over by a stranger. What kind of memory, kind of trauma do you think was?
Don't continuously kick someone in the shin over and over again. Yo, that's probably what happened. This guy probably got kicked in the shin a few times. He probably had a little to drink when he got off work. Was just like, pip.
You know, I don't think so because, like, I think if that were the case, the bystanders wouldn't have been like, "What the fuck?" Because he punched that kid in his booty. Like he took off, and they took pictures of this guy. And I mean, I think that if the little kid was kicking him in the shin and that guy like punked him, and people were watching that, they'd have been cool, and it would have been on YouTube.
Yeah,
true.
Instead of
I don't know.
man
We don't know what
punches
happened.
toddler and leaves train at next stop.
Is a 5-year-old a toddler?
Like, do you ever see that robot
I
chicken
consider
sketch?
anything that
It's
can't
like
really talk in full
worst
sentences
things
is
caught.
What
on
are we
camera.
smoking?
And they're like,
Damn, you're right.
I don't
Bunch
know
of
if I'm
big
legally
fucking
allowed to
assholes.
say what we're smoking. Well, we are in a legal state.
Ooh, Colorado.
We are partaking in some Guerrero Brew,
some of us are.
as Matt
Not
Chesler
me.
would say.
I can't.
No, he can't.
So, what is the next part of our show this evening,
I
gentlemen?
kind of want to punk a fucking 5-year-old.
All right. So we're getting the GoPro and we are going out on. We're hitting the
Took
pavement,
the
folks.
words right out of my mouth, dog.
Get
This
the
week,
IRL
first
backpacks
segment.
later.
Yeah.
We're going remote.
What's 2 plus 2?
Oh shit.
It's like that little kid. What was that meme? He was like, what's 9 plus 10? 21. He's like, you stupid.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, so, like, there's like the thing that, like, one of my number one pet peeves, or not pet peeves, but, like, that just irks me and you can't really do anything about it, is unbehaved children in restaurants.
Anywhere.
Or anywhere.
Anywhere.
You know, crying babies in movie theaters. Why the fuck bring your infant to fucking, like, Jurassic World or fucking Pacific Rim or... oh, yeah, by the way, Pacific Rim uprising.
Or Bring It On.
You know... Yes, let's bring your infant. The first one was awesome. Second one was,
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I saw it over at the bistro.
Dope. So yeah, I don't know. Fuck it.
But yeah,
Like punch a
just
5-year-old.
like
Jesus.
I mean, behave children. Like, but yeah, it was socially acceptable when I was a kid that if mom or dad wasn't around and you were misbehaving, it was okay for an adult to smack you upside the head.
Same here. Same fucking.
But
here.
now you do that and you get assault charges.
I definitely got punished by other people's parents. And that shit was just kind of a little off-putting at first. It was like, what the fuck?
I think it all changed whenever, I think one time, my uncle, he tried to, like, scold me or something out by the kiddie pool. And I was, like, 14 years old. And I was like, I looked at him and I was like, are you really gonna? I picked him up, dude. There's like 200-pound man.
Jesus.
I picked him up and dropped him in the kiddie pool.
I'm getting a sense your family handles a lot of issues by picking the problem up.
Violence doesn't solve anything,
You guys
bud.
are like picking people up and pile driving your problems away.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that, though.
All right then. Like, I mean, if you want to handle your family, matters like an Eastern Bloc country get together. That's cool.
Exactly.
Just pile drivers and just smoking cigarettes and sweatpants.
Not sweatpants. running
track pants.
Dude, okay. You want to check out a kind of cool movie, but kind of like you could definitely tell it was Russian made? Check out the movie on Amazon Prime called Salyut 7. Okay, it's literally the Soviet version of Apollo 13.
Really?
Okay, so, but they totally like Russian Hollywoodized it, and like literally it's just tracksuits everywhere. Fucking Adidas tracksuits.
Damn.
And this happened. So the
Russian.
The actual Soyuz 7 mission happened in 1985, and this is where it's crazier. So they're trying to rescue their space station or whatever before the evil Americans show up in their space shuttle Challenger.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, they use space shuttle Challenger in this movie.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Well, it's only been like 32 years. I remember I watched it live.
What's your topic of choice, Mr. Colin?
All right, so
First
my
grade.
choice for us, I'm taking us down a wild ride.
Down the rabbit hole.
Down the abattoir. All right, we're going to go with Only Tech Can Save Us.
Only tech can save us, but can it? Ladies and gentlemen, can it? So which part should we... Okay, let's first talk
about
the what?
The pizza shoes.
The pizza shoes?
What
so
the hell?
Pizza Hut is
I want
coming
some of
out
those.
with a pair of shoes that will let you order pizza from them.
Can you pull that up, a picture of them up?
I'm working on it.
There's some dope high tops with
Dude, I
like a
want
button.
I want them.
I am so gluten intolerant that I would...
No, dude, I really do want them. I don't want them for the fact that you can order pizza with them. I just literally think they look fucking cool.
What happens if you bump into something and it orders a pizza?
I don't care.
I
I don't
think
want
you
that.
can have
I
a
don't
chance
want that
to be like,
function.
no, I
I'm pretty
didn't have
sure
a
you can
chance,
turn
like-
that on and off.
You can also pause the college basketball game that you're watching while the delivery guy is at the door because it's a March Madness thing.
I dig
The
that.
shoes
I
come
wonder
with
how much these shoes are, like $500 a piece. They're more than Yeezys.
the shoes come with buttons on their tongues that can be used a bit like keyboards. Press the buttons on one foot to order pizza, and the button on the tongue of the other to pause the game. They work using Bluetooth technology that connects the pizza button of the shoe to the Pizza Hut app on the user's phone.
Wow.
The red and white ones
Okay.
are clean.
You guys seen Back to the Future 2, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
We were supposed to have those shoes by now. We already
Yeah.
did, but instead
Right?
we
We
get
didn't have
these. Well, yeah, I had a former
Because they
student.
made-
Actually,
yeah.
he's all gung ho about Marty
They
McFly.
have them now. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, he's
pretty
actually
dope.
on the waiting list to get some of those special shoes that sell.
The thing is, we don't have hoverboards.
Or hover
They're working
cars.
on that.
Or hover cars.
Actually, they just released the first able to buy for the public personal flight vehicle. It comes out of Europe.
That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about flight.
Yeah,
We're
it's like a
talking about
three-wheeler.
hover.
Yeah, it looks like a helicopter.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about where
like
there's
Like the cars in like Back to the Future 2 and the like hover.
Remember like how the hoverboard was, where you could just stand on it and you're hovering?
It's like maglev technology.
Grind with it.
I'm gonna grab a talking stick.
Yeah, they're late, dude. I agree. That's kind of messed up.
We're gonna start passing around a talking stick. I swear.
Sorry, Doug. Damn.
Jeez.
Daddy Doug.
No, I'm just saying for our listeners, man. It just becomes like I don't mean it to be mean.
I know, Doug. I'm messing with you.
Sorry, listeners.
Sorry, listeners.
It does. It just becomes jumble bumble.
Sorry, Daddy Doug. I'm just kidding.
You fucking shut the fucking suck shit out of my piss ass motherfuck.
Hashtag Daddy Doug.
Daddy Doug.
I'm just gonna jumble bumble and Daddy Doug. Doug, do you get called Daddy often?
Not enough.
No.
Darn.
That was fun to watch. On
So
replay.
what were we talking about?
We're talking about the pizza shoes. I don't know what to think about it. I bet they're really fucking expensive.
Now, do you guys remember the Reebok pumps from back in the
Yeah,
day?
yeah.
I had a pair back in the
You
day.
can still get those.
Yeah, you can still get those.
But they're not like the retro.
Thank you.
They are retro, but they're not.
They also
for
had
giving me.
They also had the Reebok
Corey,
shoes
you're-
that you had
you're
to
a
fill with
sweetheart.
the CO2 cartridge with the little adapter thingy. Remember those?
No.
Oh, these were big when I was in high school. It was like late 90s.
What?
Yeah. The Shaq was promoting them. But yeah, yet the only way you can inflate them was by injecting with it was like a CO2 thing.
Because that's totally safe.
I injected it with pure salmonella.
E. coli.
Ebola. So, Elon Musk, one of our favorite tech folks to talk about in this. LA Lights. Yes, LA Gear and LA Lights. Fuck yeah.
The catapults from LA Gear, if you guys remember those shoes.
No.
Karl Malone's basketball shoes were called the catapults.
Oh, yeah. I remember those. So, Elon Musk is planning on, well, for one, he deleted the Facebooks for SpaceX and Tesla this week in support of the Delete Facebook campaign after the whole Cambridge Analytics data leak shit. And then he also is announcing that they are going to make Lego-like kits out of the excavated rock from the Boring Company while they're doing the tunnels.
That'll be dope.
So they'll come with instructions on how to build shit like with them, and they'll be Lego like bricks.
Well, the Boring Company before to raise money was selling
Flamethrowers, yeah.
$500 flamethrowers.
Hats
I
at
didn't
one
get
point.
one.
Did you want one?
I wanted one.
Me too.
And an expensive fire extinguisher
Mhm.
with it.
And technically, they couldn't call them flamethrowers, so they were renamed torches.
They had flamethrowers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
little
Yeah.
pocket size, pretty much flamethrowers. Not pocket size, but
Like some Iron Man shit?
Like you could really mess up someone's day in close quarters with that thing. It's not quite, like 40, 50 foot spread on that, but from me to you could definitely cook your eyebrows. So, probably not the best thing for everybody to have, but definitely fun to play with.
Oh yeah, but
I totally like what Elon Musk is doing. But yeah, literally Elon Musk could sell anything and people would buy it.
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
Because
shit.
he has the
I
patents
almost
out for
bought a
everything,
freaking flamethrower from the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, now if you could build like a house out of this stuff and actually live in this house that he's out of the dirt blocks he's selling, I would go for it. Put some freaking Tesla solar panels on it and a Powerwall, good to go.
Yeah, make an entire development of Elon Musk-esque houses.
Well, you'd be self-sufficient and fuck the man.
I mean, maybe that's what we should do to get his company out here and be like, yeah, you can make a whole community and just make it your own. You can be the mayor of Muskville. Oh,
Dude,
I'd want to be there.
yeah, I'd live in Muskville.
I would live in Muskville.
Hashtag Muskville.
Hashtag Muskville. No, man.
Good stuff, Elon. Dude, we got you, bro. More ideas, bro.
Dude, Elon Musk is just building the technology to go home.
Oh, shit. You mean to South Africa? Wakanda?
Yeah, Wakanda. He comes from Wakanda.
No, but I mean, honestly,
No.
Sponsored by Old Spice.
He says
Must
he's from
fill.
South Africa, but I'm talking about home.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like the whole Men in
Alpha
Black
Centauri.
thing. Or Elvis didn't die. He just went home.
I think Elvis and Tupac are hiding somewhere in Atlantic City now that it's been left over, and they're just like, yes,
There's
come
nothing
outside.
left. The reason is there's nothing left because Trump Taj Mahal closed and like all the other casinos. I think there's only like 2 casinos left in Atlantic City.
Yeah. Does Trump fuck that town? Oh
yeah, he did. Guess what he's gonna do with America?
All right, where would you guys rather wake up? The part of Detroit that's infested with bears or Atlantic City? Go.
Oh, bears.
Borgata,
Bears.
Atlantic City.
The bears.
And now bears, are we talking like actual animal bears?
Actual animals.
Or are we talking the
bears.
This is the city of Detroit. This is both.
Subculture?
The animals will go to the club. They'll wait outside, and they're the bears
so
too.
Are you a bear?
Dude, there's so many abandoned parts of Detroit. There's literally wildlife coming back.
There's bears living in this is what I've always been saying. Detroit.
I heard you could buy. I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard you could buy like a whole entire like 4 or 5 square block of like just houses for like $1,000.
That is wow.
And
that used
Well,
to
they
be
were
Motor
paying
City.
white people to move there for a while.
What kind of incentive letter would that look like?
Hey, you're white. We'll give you this money.
Dude, seriously,
Dear
we're totally gonna.
Dear
Dude,
Caucasian
RoboCop
resident.
was not a movie back in
Honky.
the '80s. It was totally a premonition, like foreshadowing.
RoboCop?
Watch, yeah, RoboCop. Remember, because it happens in the city of Detroit.
What year is it again for RoboCop?
In the year 2000s, it was like 2020.
Oh
God. Or I think either RoboCop happens in either 2020 or in the early 2000s.
It's so good to still be alive.
And then the toxic guy, if you remember that.
Toxic Avenger?
Well, the guy in RoboCop that he runs the van into the big toxic tank.
That's right.
He's it's like one of the most gruesome deaths ever filmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. RoboCop was one of the first rated R movies I actually got to watch as a kid.
It's a good movie.
Oh yeah. Not the reboot. Fuck the reboot.
What do you guys hear about this whole Pornhub gun thing?
Well, not Pornhub, but like YouTube is banning like gun videos and all sorts of shit like that. Yeah, they're doing all sorts of shit. YouTube's crazy.
fucking
They're
purging.
like just
So what platform are you going to move to? Pornhub for the win!
we've been talking about it.
Moving to Pornhub?
YouTube?
That's very
No,
interesting.
they're not really gonna do
No,
that.
they're
Even
really
purging other people that stream content that's even public. So there was a guy that just had like a bunch of like declassified footage of like F-14s and shit and like a bunch of NASA stuff. Like all the space shuttle stuff was on this guy's YouTube channel, and they freaking blocked him. They freaking booted him because of these infringement things, like with they say their new terms at TOS.
Mm-hmm. Isn't this kind of like Second Amendment stuff? Isn't this like kind of teetering and boarding on the line of like?
Well,
infringing on
YouTube.
those
Now,
rights?
you gotta remember though, YouTube is a private company.
Yep.
They can do whatever.
YouTube is a private company. It's not the government. It is a private company. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Just like
a lot of people get that confused about the whole public-private thing. You know, YouTube, Google, Facebook.
Hobby Lobby has
Hobby Lobby.
hiring policies that pertain to mainly religious people to favor those who are.
They pay really well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you get into Hobby Lobby, they pay uber well, but you can never get in. Like, I mean, shit. I probably didn't pass their test when I was like 5 years old. Even though they did buy freaking ISIS stolen artifacts from Iraq and Syria for their museum that's near the Smithsonian.
Hobby Lobby has a museum?
Yep. They have a creationist museum that's near the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C.
I want to go to the Hobby Lobby museum and
Why?
And just to see
most of their shit was
Walmart.
Maybe.
Dude, most of their shit they got was from the black market
Hooters?
that ISIS fucking stole from Iraq and Syria archaeology sites. Before ISIS decided to blow those sacred sites up.
Damn. I'll have next time I'm in D.C., the Vatican of the U.S., by the way.
Well, these creationist museums are popping up everywhere.
I should make a creationist museum out of my backyard. It'll be just as
Dude,
is.
you'll get people showing up.
Excellent. Make some money off the place. Finally.
I mean, it's getting so crazy. Like, I actually have young Earth creationists in my astronomy class telling me that, you know, when I say the Earth's 4.5 billion years old, they say that I'm bullshit. I'm part of some conspiracy to not tell the truth.
How hard is it to keep your cool?
Years old.
Oh, I have to. I have to keep a certain level of professionalism or I lose my job.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
That must be infuriating at some points.
The ones that piss me off the most are actually not the young Earth creationists, it's the climate change deniers.
Fair.
So
everybody's entitled to religious beliefs, but science is science.
But yeah, everyone's entitled to their religious beliefs, but science is science. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly, you boil it down to
Is that your next book?
Is that the title of my first porn?
I literally have to put it in my syllabus.
You have guns in your side?
just a bed of guns. It's going to be a very uncomfortable bed.
Your feelings do not supersede fact. But students still don't understand that. So like when I say like the Earth's 4.5 billion years old and a young Earth creationist student yells at me and says that I'm bashing his religious system, and I'm like, I'm not. This is scientifically proven.
I've got facts, bitch.
I did not anyway say Charles Darwin rolled in and just started writing this shit down. No, we got tests for this.
Right.
Unfortunately, for
infringing on their religious beliefs, though.
Fortunately for those who will deny.
And a lot of people think
petty,
science
dude.
is a
like you're there to
variation
learn.
of
You
a
gotta
test
hear
of
everything,
faith.
every point of it. Sorry. Oh.
Jeez, man. Sorry.
Jeez.
Sorry.
Jeez.
Tangent.
Are we gonna have to put you guys? Are we gonna have to give red?
We got to get a wall.
Red cards. Would I get a red card?
Red card. Dude, I don't want to get a red card, man.
I do have red cards, actually.
Can I get at least a warning first? I'll take a yellow.
I think you've already had 2 warnings.
I'll take a warning.
We've all had 2 warnings.
You gotta throw it at me, though.
Clean slate.
Now that Doug's uncinching his belt, everybody's like, okay, no, we're good. I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Doug.
Next it'll be the swear jar.
I would like to talk about No Gov, No Love, which this week we're talking about a Texas bill that was introduced that would fine people $100 for masturbating.
How would you enforce that?
Exactly.
How wouldn't you?
I mean, are you just going to like show up at everybody's door in the morning and be like, you seem a little too happy. Come on.
It smells weird in here.
Yeah. Let me smell your hands.
Give me your hands. Under your bed.
No, they check receipts to see how much lotion and shit you're buying, and
dude, how is that not a First Amendment violation? First of all, but how are they even going to enforce that?
Mm-hmm. It's
now, to be fair, back in the day, they used to enforce sodomy laws pretty well. Like they used to catch people like all the time, like in their own bedrooms, minding their own business, and then just dragging them out because they broke a sodomy law.
Are you?
They're also
saying
saying
just run into your house, look in your windows.
So, like a cop could be driving by and look through your windows if your blinds weren't closed and see you doing the wrong thing and come in and bust you. Probable cause.
That's scary as hell.
50s cop kicks down the door. Is that your dick in that woman's ass, or is that a man?
So there's
a fine line here that we need to draw. Where is the sodomy happening? How is it happening?
Well, there's a little bit more to this. The bill also imposes a 24-hour waiting period if a guy wants a colonoscopy or a vasectomy, or if he's in the market for some Viagra. But the person who proposed the bill, Jessica Farrar, a Democrat, knows her bill isn't going to get very far. She's doing it to give male lawmakers a taste of their own medicine of people trying to make rules over their body.
Mm-hmm. So basically just wasting time.
But it's making
kind
a statement.
of, yeah, but I mean, there's been a lot of bills lately in Texas that are specifically focused on women.
Oh yeah,
there's like abuse of the system.
But
you're abuse of the system.
The Republicans do the exact same thing when they pass these weird
abortion laws.
That's what, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Literally, Roe v. Wade basically should have decided this back in the 70s, but they haven't, and they just keep going. Like they literally put like all these restrictions and they make these abortion providers, they follow these really stupid fucking rules and And they literally make it so that they're like, nope, sorry, you had premarital sex and you're pregnant. Guess what? You're stuck with the baby. Oh, and we're not going to help you, by the way.
See, the thing is, when you start outlawing things like abortions, when you start making birth control harder to get, you start seeing those things arise in the black market, and those are very delicate procedures that should not be done in the back of an Astro van with like a waterbed and a coat hanger.
Back
I don't know, man. I
That's
consider
what I'm talking
myself a freelance.
A freelance abortionist.
Yeah.
Falcon punch.
What?
Yeah, I'm a freelance abortionist.
Your face.
I didn't understand at first what you were saying, and then I was like, why?
So, but no, honestly, it brings up a good point, because think about this: if you as all of us in here, guys, if we wanted to get male birth control or vasectomies or whatever's clever, and they were like, no, and I was just like, wait, so you're saying why not? It would upset you too, right?
Oh, where's that? I gotta find it on my phone.
Yeah, then it's other side of the coin, man. Women are no longer baby making, food making, money and handling things that stay at home and then they're let out once a month and take a walk around the park and then shut her back in the house. And then no.
Yeah.
That's not the way of the world.
No.
And any woman that you ask to do that, you good luck. I date Mexican women, so I used to.
Staring at me. Jesus.
Okay, I found it.
Nice.
So
I know.
I found I was gonna. So you were comparing it to like that. So just hear me out on this. Okay. Hey, how about we treat every young man who wants to buy a gun like every woman who wants to get an abortion? Mandatory 48-hour waiting period, parental permission, a note from his doctor proving he understands and what he's about to do, a video he has to watch about the efforts of gun violence, an ultrasound wand up the ass just because. Let's close down all but one gun shop in every state, make him travel hundreds of miles, take time off works, and stay overnight in a strange town to get a gun. Make him walk through a gauntlet of people holding photos of loved ones who were shot to death. People who called him a murderer and begged him not to buy a gun. It makes more sense to do this with young men and guns than women in healthcare, right? I mean, no women getting an abortion has killed a room full of people in seconds. Now, I know that's a really horrible analogy. That's just what...
Is that a meme? Is that what you said?
That I was trying to say is like a meme-ish thing, but yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's like a whole like first and second thing, yeah. Sorry.
Thank God.
All right, we got enough shame.
Enough
shame. Yeah, I got enough shame.
So, what is the next topic? Let's keep this murder train rolling.
Well, I want to know if I can get hired to be the one to watch out for that shit. Like, if it pays well. I'd catch people and narc out on them for jerking off.
I think that'd be a really fun job. You wear plastic gloves.
It would be.
You're
going to meet a lot of cool people.
Dude, if I lived in Texas in this,
can you imagine the people that are going to be cool about it? They're going to be like, "Oh man,
I caught you red-handed."
Pulls back the shower curtain.
Oh shit!
Just someone in a big cowboy
So
hat.
okay. Little bit off topic, but also kind of on topic.
It is kind of.
So, my twin brother Keith used to work as a security guard for Securitas, and one of the big projects that he used to run security for was the big gas drilling operation near Parachute. So, right near Parachute Grand Junction area, and their facility was all mobile, so they had to keep recycling the water, kind of like how the astronauts do it on the International Space Station. They recycle their water. Mm-hmm. And they actually had to put notes up and have a huge meeting saying, "Don't jerk off in the showers. It's messing up with our recycling system."
Hell no.
That is so much protein in the pipes.
You can't jerk off in the shower.
Space. So what happens when they try to send people through space? I'm like,
oh, dude, that's got to be crazy. Globs that come just.
Oh man, imagine just somebody left alone.
I bet, okay.
And just depression.
If I had to guess,
if it pays well,
if I had to guess, they would probably, because they still have tissues in space. I mean, paper towels and stuff. I mean,
if you're alone and depressed, you have no shame.
Literally, in space, they don't wash clothes. They just throw their dirty clothes in the Progress or Soyuz module that is about to depart the station and let it burn up in one of the modules on re-entry. So I bet what the astronauts do to get some alone time is they just fucking use either like some fucking paper towels or some fucking or fucking some old clothes and just stow it in the back of the Progress vehicle.
Cosmic cum towels.
Now, to be fair though, the internet connection for porn on the ISS would suck. And Mission Control would know everything that you would see because it would go through the TDRS system. Tigris.
So y'all have seen Joe Dirt, right?
Yeah.
Remember the turd peanut? Yeah,
Space
imagine
peanut.
something like that. Oh, well, that's a molten ball of jizz John Lennon, son.
Well, now, to be fair, where they dump ISS trash re-entry vehicles is in the middle of the South Pacific, where they're literally the closest island's like 1,250 miles away. Unlike the Chinese space station, which next Sunday, could potentially crash in Illinois.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Tiangong 1. Look, yeah, China's first ever space station might crash here in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
I'm still laughing about eating lunch off of a cum re-entered comet.
The cosmic cum towel, man.
That image is in my head while I'm listening to the fact that Illinois might be wiped off the map.
Trying to figure out how we went from anal fucking 50s cops to jerking off cum rags in space.
There was also Texan.
It's not governed by reason, Mike.
There's Texan Rangers that are looking out for masturbators.
Okay, so do you guys actually want to know the official stance that NASA has about sex in space?
You can't just say that and not answer that.
Make sure everything is clean and it's on your own personal time. That's it. But the only time a married couple's ever been sent into space was like the early 80s.
I'm pretty sure they documented it too because they smoked weed and stuff in the 80s and everything up there.
Dude, the Russians used to smuggle, actually, no, they didn't even have to smuggle it. They brought it up it was part of their rations, was vodka.
This guy's true.
Yeah, but NASA astronauts are not allowed to drink in space.
So, Jonathan, I got a question for you. Where do you want to take this crazy train?
Woot woot. Sorry for derailing it.
No, it's okay. I'm going to ask you about Illinois later.
Come re-entry vehicles. Hashtag come re-entry vehicles.
I think that's...
Yeah, let's go.
Cosmic cum towel is
Cosmic cum towel.
I want to see what this is all about.
Which one?
God's will.
God's will.
Yours?
Oh fuck! I just lost it.
Re-entry.
Come re-entry vehicle or something like that.
That was that.
CRV.
Right now, Honda's just like.
But no, actually, one of the things we'll have to start worrying about if we want to colonize Mars is like we have to procreate there. How do we do it?
Cosmic cum towel.
Cosmic cum towel.
So you want to know what God's will is all about, huh? Well, all right. So we got this cult leader.
Yeah, I don't even
I like
know.
where this is going.
Okay, I figured you would.
Yeah.
Doug, why don't you take it away?
I'm working on it.
He's working on it.
Is this about the
cult leader? This is God's will?
The cult leader that got busted for basically a sex ring?
Yes. In New York City.
Yeah.
It's a Nixivim. I don't know how to pronounce it.
He was caught in TJ.
It's a cult.
Wasn't he caught in TJ somewhere in Mexico?
I think he was caught in, Mexico.
Was it, I thought it was
he looks like
Town.
Stephen King.
He does look like Stephen King.
Holy shit.
If Stephen King had John Lennon's glasses. A little bit bigger.
But yeah, they arrested him.
Glasses.
I guess he called his women slaves and branded them with his initials and coerced them into sexual acts. He was arrested in Mexico on sex trafficking charges. The first person in Mexico to ever be arrested on sex trafficking charges.
I don't know if that's 100%
No, that's
accurate.
not true. White people get busted for it all the time down there.
I think there's also some other people of a darker shade, perhaps.
Dude, that's crazy.
Hey.
So he founded this cult more than 2 decades ago.
How many women?
A lot.
Let me see.
Wouldn't it be awesome to be a cult leader? Has anybody ever thought of that?
It's
Honestly,
fun to be the cult leader until it all collapses.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
not a scary cult.
That's why Johnstown and like Waco and shit.
Yeah, right. Well, you just don't collect guns.
Ruby Ridge.
Yeah, I'd like to. If I did a cult, I would like to be like a happy cult where people weren't scared and like
The sex.
Well,
the sex
since you're
has-
looking up that number of women, really
the
quick,
polygamy.
speaking of cults that should be a cult but is not as classified as a religion, Scientology, they have their own TV channel.
Yeah, we talked about
Yep,
that.
we did.
We talked about that.
You can get on Roku and DirecTV. I was just like, I'm not even gonna even just look at it for 30 seconds because they'll clock you. They'll track
They'll
you.
show up to your door like,
All
hey.
religions really should be based as a cult. But,
it's going to be interesting because I can guarantee Scientology will move the door-and-door shit. So yeah, they didn't say how many women were involved with this. It was a weird. He punished the women for not following orders by forcing them to wear fake cow udders under their breasts while people called them derogatory names.
Whoa.
Other times they were reportedly stuck in cages.
Wow. This is, some people might make the joke like, aha, kinky shit, but this is horrific.
yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, this is...
Well, I was going to make that joke.
I was about to say, haha, kinky.
How do these women put themselves in the...
They don't put themselves. They get
burned
they're
his
they get
Brainwashed.
forced into these situations.
Yeah,
it's
they're
not like
brainwashed.
They're
anybody
brainwashed.
reads an ad
Brainwashed,
like,
yeah, that's-
"Hey,
yeah.
do you want to have me carve my names into you and put an udder on while my friends all make fun of you?" I don't think anybody answers that ad, even if it was on Craigslist. So, I think a lot of these women are kidnapped, are forced into it. It's kind of, they're press ganged into it, and sometimes maybe even shamed into it, in a sense,
True.
Dude,
Did you get that?
Dude, literally,
No.
women. This guy probably picked off women that had like really super low self-esteem, like the low-hanging fruit.
That's how they work.
Yeah.
They find
Well, that's how
That's
any
how I work.
scam artist or cult leader works.
Dougie hunts the last one to leave the watering hole. He hunts the three-legged wildebeest. Learn well from Dougie.
Like, that's just insane. But you were talking about sex trafficking. Do you guys hear that? Like the number here, like just around here's gone up quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Like you see posts all the time on Facebook, like these dudes tried to take like my 8-year-old daughter at like Target and shit. You know, it's like crazy.
Do you think that's what happened? Oh no, they.
What are
found
we
the body.
figuring out, Matt? What are we figuring out? So yeah, I don't know, man. Like, this guy seemed pretty crazy. I think it's interesting that out of, like, there's all sorts of fucked up crimes that have happened in the world, but they're going after this guy.
I mean, yes, but these cults need to be taken seriously because at first they are seen as harmless entities, and really they gotta clock these things before they snowball into these situations. Like
Waco.
Snowball.
Yes, exactly. And
Fucking Jonestown and shit too, man.
Yeah.
it's
Freaking even a lesser known one, but still kind of infamous, was the Heaven's Gate cult.
Yeah.
If you remember that shit with
Hail
fucking
Bop, man.
Comet Hail Bop.
Or thank you, Matt. I'm glad we were able to figure out the cum thing for you. So the Rajesh,
Yeah.
the people I told you in the documentary to watch, Wild Wild Country.
oh yeah.
Those people, I mean, they were a cult, but they just fucked with rednecks. It pissed a bunch of rednecks off.
I want to piss.
Tried to poison them to sell milk.
Yeah, me too.
No,
Rednecks.
dude, the two things they need to watch out for, like the cults and shit, but also the fucking like militia groups and stuff that are
Rednecks
starting
are
off.
They're springing up, and like
They're the same thing.
It would be funny.
Basically, just different philosophy.
Yeah, it would be laughable if we could be like, haha, but that's actually happened in the past 10 years. Standoffs with the government, with men, look just like everybody in this room, strapped up with bulletproof vests, 30-round magazines, and somehow Because they're out in a beautiful mountainous state.
Mountainous.
They asses don't get shot.
Mountainous.
Because, I mean, normally when you think standing up to the federal government with arms, you think their asses got smeared. But that's not the case.
It's happened in the past, like whenever they used
freaking Waco.
flamethrowers
Ruby
to set,
Ridge.
yeah, Waco, where they set the house on fire and everything.
Well, the Davidians set their own house on fire, but that's
up for debate.
Yeah, it is. The evidence it shows either way that it is up for debate.
I think the biggest atrocity with that whole situation is that those people were forced to listen to Panama by Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
Over and over.
Panama once is okay, but over and over and over again.
There was one cult. There was one federal standoff with a family in the mountains. Did anybody remember that one?
That was Ruby Ridge. Ruby Ridge, Idaho.
Okay, that's what I thought it. Yeah, and the mother was dead for days.
Yeah, Coeur d'Alene, yeah.
Yeah, the mother was dead for days inside before, and they just had him at the standoff, and their poor mother was just on the ground. They just had to throw a sheet over her, and the husband and the kids are just sitting there with her. That's
no, but it's really scary though. Like with with a cult, you get the members to literally super believe it, like so fundamentally that literally they will drink the Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah, it's
hence the phrase "drink the Kool-Aid."
How do you think these religions have lasted so long? There's some part of us that yearns for something bigger.
Politics.
Something, yeah. It might be that. It might be God. It might be liquor. It might be whatever you fill that hole with. But a lot of people find that they want to fill it with something else. Something a higher power, and they can be easily manipulated in that form.
I personally feel it every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on the Not Governed by Reason podcast.
Colorado's most
Facebook.
offensive podcast.
Where I fill that hole.
Let us fill your hole.
Let us fill your void.
Sorry, shameless.
Fill our hole with
we're
a
like
little bit of your
We're
soul.
like the Grandmaster in Thor Ragnarok. We welcome everything, but you just can't leave.
Don't ever say
snacks. But yes, on the Ragnarok reference.
So another thing on this God's will shit is that a mother crashed her car into a pole to prove to her kids that God is real.
Jesus, take the wheel.
So police say a mother intentionally crashed her SUV into a pole to prove to her kids, her two small children, that God was indeed real. Investigators say Bakari Warren, 25, told officers after the crash that she did it on purpose to show her kids that if they believe, God will protect them. The crash and the 5 and 7-year-old kids' explanation were all caught on camera. Wow.
Now, if it would be a true test of faith if they were wearing seatbelts or not.
Yeah.
Because if they're wearing seatbelts, then they're technically putting faith in the safety vehicles of the car, not God.
I think when people get to this point of...
She told him to buckle up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't count. Invalid.
It doesn't count.
Invalid test.
But no, like when it gets to a point where you are putting your children in harm's way, you got to start looking at this whole, what are you praying to? What are you putting your belief in at the end of the day? If it is, I'm going to drive my car into the side of Walgreens to prove to my kids that Jesus is real.
She told him to buckle up and everything before.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
And then she accelerated and went boom into the pole.
Oh, it was a pole. I thought it was the side of Walgreens.
That was a pole.
Okay.
Holy.
I wonder if it worked.
That's what the face of a crazy person looks
Yep.
like.
I mean, do they know God exists now?
Probably
another side of this coin. I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
Insufficient evidence.
Does God know they exist?
Maybe he might now. I mean, she meant it.
What if God didn't believe in us, man?
Right?
Fucking
I wish
Max
humanity
here.
would just believe in ourselves instead of other deities. We should be on, we should be on, whole, 2,000 years ago thinking. Just my idea. But believe whatever you want to believe.
It's us as a species. We're moving along as fast as we can. And I mean, there was an arc of progression, and we're kind of in a lull right now. But wait. And then we have the potential to have another spike, another rise to make,
So, Oh, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Just to make one more, another strive for greatness as a species. Right now we're in a lull, and right now we're bickering over petty, shitty things, and then that's gonna happen. But down the road, there'll be generations who were raised with all this petty bickering, and they'll want to move past it. And one day, and we probably won't be allowed to see it, but this will be just a lull in history.
So, have you ever heard of the Library of Alexandria in Egypt?
The one that was lost?
Yeah, the one that was destroyed. Yeah. So, if the Library of Alexandria wasn't destroyed in 440 AD, and the scrolls were kept, the million scrolls that were kept, would be kept, we would be probably between 2,000 and 5,000 years more advanced in science and technology than currently.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
We would be in, like, interstellar travel. Like, we would be having whatever a version of a podcast would be on some other freaking planet right now. Not orbiting the sun, orbiting another star. But no, we're stuck here on the ground because of, quote-unquote, don't want to upset the angry man or the big man in the sky. Or variant of.
We are masters of our own limitations.
Well, isn't that just another belief system, too, at the same time? I mean, they were looking for God for answers to questions they couldn't answer, but science
But the thing is that they had the answers that were correct. But, like, literally, we had to, when the Library of Alexandria was destroyed, we had to relearn and rediscover everything 1,500 years later with the Renaissance and the Enlightenment.
So, Kevin, I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Out of all the topics left, what would you like to talk about next?
Ooh, I get to pick. Well, since we were talking about humanity, let's go faithless in humanity.
Oh shit, son!
Welcome to the dark side.
It's going to become very sad.
Yes, it is.
Mac, I thought I smelt you coming.
This is the offensive part.
Cosmic count.
This is the uncomfortable silence where we all looked around and say, yeah, that's really fucked up. And don't know what else to say because, yeah, oof, that's really fucked up.
Thank you, Kevin, for picking this.
We'll start with the first story, which is one you sent me a link to about the Holocaust survivor.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fucked up.
On that.
Actually, I didn't read the whole thing. I sent it. I started to read it, but I was going to bed, and I sent it to you because I was.
You gotta read the article before you send it.
Asleep.
Every article that I send to the Facebook page for this, I read first before I send to Doug and all them.
I read a good chunk of it. So what I understand was there was a Holocaust survivor in Paris who was murdered, and they're considering it a hate crime. And the worst part is she survived all that to get to this point, and.
She survived the Holocaust.
To get killed
in a hate crime.
In 2018.
In 2018. Yeah, that's super fucking messed up us. Shame on us, humanity.
Shame. Yeah. Well, it shows that a lot of these...
Okay.
I don't know the full story. Again, I was falling asleep and I sent it to Doug like, I don't want this story to not be heard, but I'm also going to sleep.
She's in France. She was 85 years old. She narrowly escaped France's most notorious wartime roundup of Jews, has been murdered in Paris, and authorities are calling it a hate crime.
A hate crime.
A hate crime.
So, her name was Muriel Noel.
Muriel.
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 I didn't know that's how you spelled Muriel. But, yeah. No, this is, what do you guys think? You don't want to call it irony, you don't want to put a light label on it, but...
I do.
Oh, well, then you go first.
Because you would, Doug.
She was killed because she was Jewish. So
she was killed because of her religious background. That's super duper messed up. You know? I mean, yeah, I brought it up earlier with some of my students back in the past have been young earth creationists. And I flat out tell them, I don't care what you believe. I don't. You know, I'm not bashing your religion or anything. I'm just stating scientific truth, objective truth that we've been, evidence, right?
Yeah.
And then, okay. So, yeah, I don't care what you believe. But, yeah, this is messed up. You get killed because of your faith is completely messed up. Or even your skin color, messed up. Completely messed up. us as humanity should be past this.
It is. It would. The only way this would be acceptable in 2018 is if they would only been mono-ethnic countries for up until this point. We were just getting to this point and just seeing like, holy shit, there's white people. Holy shit, there's brown people. Holy shit, if nobody had ever migrated. But after the first migrations, after the first times that culture started living together, after the first times that neighbors were living in mud huts next to people that they couldn't understand a damn word they were saying, but hell with it. We're gonna make it work. It's Rome. What can we do? But it hasn't gotten better, has it?
Well, fuck, man. Fuck. So this lady, she was actually stabbed to death, and then her body was partially burned.
Whoa.
Because they tried to burn down the apartment.
There is a lot of this going on in France lately.
Is there going to be an uprising?
Anti-Semitic.
Mm-hmm. But and maybe these are anti-Semitic, but not coming from a particularly Holocaust view. Maybe these are anti-Semitic coming from possible insurgency. Possibly, I'm not saying of a Muslim persuasion, but there are a lot of more attacks happening in Paris. And, I mean, Israel is kind of a thorn inside of the extremists. Kind of an eyesore, so they say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look at it either way, but however, whoever did it, this is obviously a theological, a racial, religious biased.
It always has been.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You always have been.
No, it really has. It
You
always
know how messed up? You know how messed up? This was years ago, but you know how messed up like the whole Middle East situation was? So do you guys remember when Space Shuttle Columbia was lost during re-entry in 2003, February 1st, 2003? Israel had their first ever astronaut on Space Shuttle Columbia that flight, STS-107, Elon Ramon. Look up Elon Ramon's story. It is 100% badass. Guy was an awesome dude. Totally 100%, noble or countryman for his country. Mm-hmm. But when they realized that Shuttle Columbia was lost and her crew was lost as well, lots of parts of the Middle East were celebrating that.
Probably.
Yeah, and I was like 100. I was like, so like you even. And they were like, and it was a peaceful thing that they were trying to do. Like space explorations is, supposed to be a peaceful thing for the most part. I mean, the Soviets did have a military space station with a machine gun on it, but anyway, that's beside the point. But it's like we keep bringing it up. We should be beyond literally looking at our perspective through nationality or ethnicity or religious background. We should literally be looking like we are one species on one planet. That's how we should look at it, but we don't.
God didn't do us that way.
Oh, how did God do us, Dougie?
Sexually.
Sexual healing.
Sexual healing, honey, it's good.
Get all philosophical. Doug lightens the mood.
All right.
That's what I'm here for.
But before this faithless and humanity segment ends, homework assignment for you guys out there. Look up on YouTube or Pornhub if it's on there for some weird, odd reason. Look up Carl Sagan. See, Carl Sagan's pale blue dot speech. Even though there's still parts of humanity that still suck, just remember that all of us have lived on this little pale dot.
Sexually.
Little pale blue dots. Okay? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Check that out. It's Carl Sagan's pale blue dot speech.
So our next article is about a couple who has been charged with stealing teddy bears and other items from the Stoneman Douglas Memorial honoring the shooting victim.
What do they look like?
They look like this.
Oh, wow.
They look like their favorite fruit is meth.
Yeah, I bet they were going to steal teddy bears and try to sell them for drugs.
Wow.
eBaying that shit.
Dude, you gotta
well, don't they have enough? Look at that picture.
Will exploit tragedies. For monetary gain. I should have put that caveat on there too.
Maybe if these kids were out, protecting the memorial instead of protesting against guns, those teddy bears and other items wouldn't have been stolen by the tweakers.
If they'd had guns,
yeah,
they
if they'd
could fend
had
off the
guns,
tweakers.
I mean,
and I don't know if we should get into this here.
No, probably not.
No.
Yeah,
they are both charged with removing or disfiguring a tomb or monument, which are both felony offenses.
So, story time with Uncle Kevin. Okay, so when I was a senior,
Again?
Yeah, no. So this was 20 years ago, give or take.
Story time.
When I was a senior in high school, I was part of the Key Club organization, community service organization. No, and I wasn't doing community service for criminal purposes, for probation or any of that stuff. But one of the things we did was we collected teddy bears, and it was to give kids that if like their house burned down or if a parent died or something, they could have a teddy bear with the first responder would give them a teddy bear from our teddy bear drive. We still had people stealing teddy bears from us. Even though we were eventually giving these teddy bears away, we still had people stealing them. That was, even 20 years ago. So I don't know what the deal is with teddy bears. I mean...
Or meth heads now.
Yeah.
How old would you guess this chick is by looking at her picture?
That guy looks like a real
probably 23.
He looks like a real life Hank Hill.
She's 40.
Dude, he looks like Randy Orton.
She looks young for a meth head.
He looks like a freaking methed out young Randy Orton.
He looks like a methy Channing Tatum.
Maybe she was born with it. Maybe it's methamphetamine. So, Texas authorities are saying a teen was abused with hot oil and broomsticks for resisting marriage arrangement.
Damn. Going back to the old religious ways.
16-year-old was, severely injured because she wouldn't marry a guy that her family was trying to sell her to for approximately $20,000.
And how much? What was the age gap again?
She was 16, and I don't think they say the age of the guy.
Probably because it'd make us all cringe.
Yes.
Well, it's
probably
less
over
humane
under
than a shotgun
25-year age difference.
Probably over under. 25-year age difference. I thought you meant like he would be 25. I was like, he's probably not. No. No.
25-year age differential. Mm-hmm. Sorry with the fancy word. Sorry, I need one of them shame things to stick right here too. Shame.
You get a free game with every new Xbox.
I see that.
I was thinking about getting an Xbox because my PlayStation's about to die.
Yeah. How is your PlayStation about to die?
Okay, so the fan was getting really loud and everything, and I replaced it properly. I actually had a guy that knows how to do that kind of stuff replace it, and it got worse. And the fan got louder. So I don't know.
This sucks. And this lady, these young women that have to go through this shouldn't have to go through these arranged marriages. Mm-hmm. Marry someone who you love.
Mm-hmm. Don't marry a 16-year-old girl. She doesn't know how to drive you home from the bars.
Who's gonna drive you home?
She can't buy you a pack of smokes when you're too hungover to get out of bed. She can't. Not a lot that you can do with a 16-year-old wife, folks. Just leave them where they are.
And this girl probably a virgin. I'm just saying, would you drive a car, buy a car, and drive it off the lot without test driving it?
Just saying. Thought.
Yeah. Even though really young age too, yeah. Probably probably should be, what's the whole social norm? It should be, it's half your age plus 7. That's what I was always taught. Half your age plus 7.
Probably is very illegal for me. Let's see here. I am 25. That would be 13, 7, 20. Okay. I mean, not terrible, but still can't take them out to the bars.
I'm 33.
Larry David stole flowers from a memorial site and accidentally then gifted them to the person who left them at said memorial, if I remember right.
Wow.
He said Cart David, but I think he meant Larry
Wasn't
David.
that just a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode? Or
Yeah.
did that actually happen in real life?
It probably really did happen.
Now
'cause
listen,
Larry
Verba.
David's weird.
Present your evidence.
Corey says, love it, LOL. And Blue says, machine guns in space.
Hell yeah. Look up the Almon space station.
Don't do it.
Do it.
Do it.
It's the only ever
After the show.
militarized
After the
space
show.
station.
So, Oh.
Are we over this disturbing?
No, yeah, we're getting
No,
out
we
of...
got one more.
We're getting out of the No Country for Old Men here.
We're done
So it's
with
up to
it.
you, Dougie. What are we talking about next?
Oh, fuck. Well, let's talk about the more you know. So, those who watch us on a regular basis, if you can withstand watching us on a regular basis, we used to do a segment for a long time called As Listed by Craig. And it was a fun segment. It was a great experiment in human retardation. And basically, yeah, we were, what?
Somebody's microphone is popping. Jiggle your connections. It was calling.
I'm sorry.
Okay. So anyways, what was I talking about? Oh, shit. I forgot.
You were talking about...
the more you know.
We were talking about the depths of the horror and depravity that is As Listed by Craig.
Craigslist, in long story short, Craigslist removed their personal ads this week due to an anti-prostitution bill that is going to be passed through Senate that would make these websites responsible for human trafficking issues.
Good.
So they are pulling.
That's a good. That's a good.
We
crackdown.
retired our segment just in time.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you guys think? Like, shouldn't people be able to whore themselves out through Craigslist?
Just switch it over to gigs on Craigslist.
Yeah.
You ever look at the therapeutic section on
God.
Craigslist?
That's probably where it's moving to, honestly, because people are still going to need their weird Craigslist requests. Everybody's going to need their weird, like, hey, meet me out by the dumpsters behind my apartment complex. And, like, also people the bots need somewhere to scam. What's going to happen to all the bots?
They'll just make a new one called John's List.
Uh-oh.
True. Have you guys noticed also, too, a bunch of those Chinese massage places are springing up everywhere?
There's a touch of China on the north end of town. I hope that's better, ladies and gentlemen. Again, touch of China on the north end of town. If you want to get touched by the touch of China, north end. It has a dirt entrance.
It's the chickadee China.
Bare naked
Chinese
ladies, gotta
chicken.
love it.
Your ads were never that bad, so I'm pissed. What?
He's probably saying he's pissed because
his ads.
they
Removed
because you guys took off the.
You're done with
Or
your.
because they took off the ads and we can't do the segment.
Can't do the segment
I got to do
anymore.
the segment twice. Actually.
I got to do the segment twice.
That's pretty fun. I got to do a couple times as well. So yeah, Craigslist says goodbye. Craigslist, we will miss you for all the weird.
That was a fun segment.
Weird P&P hookups at weird motels at 4 a.m. We will miss you.
But my favorite's not even that. It's Deadpool.
Don't forget the truck wash and ABQ.
Oh yes, there was a truck wash in Albuquerque that had it's a semi-wash that had a Chinese massage place above it. One-stop shopping next to a porn shop and a gas station. It was kind of like it. Yeah, no, it was really convenient, but it was fucking Albuquerque.
Dude, have you ever driven I-70 in Kansas heading
Yes.
eastbound?
Yes,
literally,
I got
the only thing sometimes are off the exits on I-70 are mega
dead.
porn stores.
Oh, my mic's dead.
Yeah,
It's
talk
dead,
to
Jim.
it, director.
Oh, I think my mic's dead.
No, it's
Oh,
back.
I'm back.
Keeps going in and out.
Resurrected
Sorry, folks.
like Jesus. Wait, what?
Can I do the technical difficulties thing?
Why would you?
I don't know. Never mind. Sorry, Kevin. What were you saying?
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, no, Albuquerque is a sketchy place to say the least. Yeah, no, it is. There's bars on the window for a reason.
No, but like Loveland, like Windsor, Greeley, all these like Chinese massage places are opening up.
Yep.
Just springing up, and like
Fuck
you
yeah.
can tell they're shady as fuck because like windows are all like blackened and like literally the only thing you can see is Chinese massage and like the blinking open sign. They're like in strip malls.
You want a full body shampoo?
Is that the
Happy
different
ending? No, Grandma,
code
no,
word
no,
now?
old lady, no.
I don't know.
Alright, so I want to talk
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
wild card bitches.
This is a good one.
Shit, man. So in Connecticut, there's like these fucking crazy ass hawks that are dive bombing motherfuckers. birds. They're like targeting pedestrians and just going at them.
That's like a magpie, dude. When you get too close to their nest, they just pow,
to attack you.
Yeah,
look at this thing.
Holy crap!
No way. I want to get attacked.
I think it's awesome.
Police
like a
are warning
coming out of the air, just attacking you like basically the weight of a toddler.
You just hold it above your head.
You deal with a lot of your problems in a way I wish I could.
Some of these birds, like the peregrine falcon and stuff, they can hit like 200 miles an hour striking their prey.
Oh, imagine cracking your skull open.
Yeah, that'd kill you.
Yeah, that would kill you.
Or just getting hit in the like center mass.
Oh.
Like even like half that would still hurt like hell if the bird didn't break its neck.
Yeah, are they taking people out?
They're targeting their heads.
Oh god!
Are they taking them down though? Like,
I don't know, man. I imagine so. Dude, a hawk like that would fucking take you down.
Well, if it's happening in one area,
if it's only happening in one area,
did they kill off like all the rabbits or the mice in one area or something like that? Did something happen where that happened? So they're thinking that people's heads are rodents or something.
Wow, they're tired of people talking shit, man, being little bitches.
It's Connecticut. There's not much else to do.
Yeah.
Are they actually making more? Like, are they making more residential areas?
They probably put a Scientology church.
It looks like it just doesn't. It's in Fairfield.
Yeah, it's just been happening a lot there. It's a common nesting area.
Oh, well, yeah, you're nudging in on their turf.
Well, then
they're nudging in on your turf, bitch.
That's like people in in like Woodland Park outside of Colorado Springs in the mountains complaining about, oh, there's so many deer and there's so many bear and there's so many this out here. Can we eradicate them? Can we move them out of our... You just invaded their area, but yet you think that you need to eradicate them out of an area.
You live in Woodland Park. You don't live in concrete city area town.
Dude, a lot of people think that the Earth is like ours to do for the taking. No, the Earth is like literally a multi-strung together system. And the ecosystems, if you throw the ecosystem out of balance, you get repercussions from it.
Well, the Colorado thing was, they were like, there's too many deer, so we need to knock down the bear population and the cougar population, and that'll fix everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you guys remember? Like, elk used to be a prairie animal.
Yeah.
But they got moved into the mountains because of us.
Sure.
That surprised me just as much as it did you, Mike.
Yeah. The most invasive species on the planet is man, or Homo sapiens. Seaman. Come re-entry vehicle. Hashtag. Come
the soccer moms are still listening.
Already in there. It's already in there. So yeah, that is freaky as fuck, though. Like, I watched an eagle take a little girl's chihuahua once. That was pretty crazy.
No.
Dude, have you seen that video? That's probably on YouTube, unless it got removed for some reason. But
released the bird?
The bunny. They released the bunny. Little girl releases the bunny, and the bunny hops maybe like 50 feet away, and all of a sudden this eagle just comes in and takes it and flies away with it.
But it was worse. Like they nursed it back to life.
Yeah, it was like a wounded bunny. They nursed back to health and like released into the wild, and then 30 seconds later, bam!
It's like when they're at the funeral and they release the pigeon.
Nature can be cruel.
Well, there you go. It's a perfect example of,
Have you seen the video of the funeral where they have the dove and they release the dove and it goes across the street and a semi comes by?
Oh yeah, I've seen that too.
Just takes it out.
I've seen that too. And everyone started crying again at the funeral.
Oh my God. Oh, Jesus.
Just like that.
Just like that.
The giveaway?
Oh
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are in
awesome.
for
There's some
a
new stuff,
treat.
right? We got some new stuff.
In case, I'm not going to go over the whole giveaway because there's just way too much to go over.
There's a lot of cool stuff
Way
over
too
there.
much.
Shit.
But we are going to go over some awesome shit. At 500 likes on our Facebook page, we are entering everybody into a drawing to win our next Wonderful and Weird giveaway. The catch is you have to be 21 or older to win. But it's wonderful and it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
So, perfect. Basically, you can get extra entries as well by doing all sorts of shit. Subscribing to our iTunes, stuff like that.
Weird sexual favors for
Weird
Doug.
sexual favors for
maybe do this whole new Patron thing?
Patreon will also get you extra entries as well. If you pledge, it will get you extra entries. But anyways, go to our website, www.notgovernedbyreason.com, to find out more about how you can get extra entries to this.
Do the Tums come with it?
The Tums come with it.
Nice.
Oh, it's my turn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what you have before you is a bottle of Blue Corn Bourbon. This is 70% Blue Corn, 30% Rye, made out of Feisty Spirits, Fort Collins' first distillery. This is a nice end-of-day bourbon. You're going to get a little sweet, a little spice out of it. This is from last year's run. Or no, this is from the 2016 run. Wow. So that Northern Rye is going to be sweet, spice, not kind of like your Southern Rye, which is going to be a little bit more peppery, a little bit more, just a little bit more sweet. So, this is the 750.
One of a kind.
Yeah, from Feisty Spirits.
I bet it's delicious.
Fort Collins First Distillery. Come on by and get feisty with us.
Colorado grown. Like us.
Rocky Mountain drunk.
You did that as a really good commercial. Do you work for them?
Yes.
Nice.
They have more wonderful and weird stuff. Look at this.
So, we got some weed paraphernalia here. We got lots of it. We've got the Joint Smoke Shop 14mm bong with ice catch from the Joint Smoke Shop and Timberline Studios / Colorado Color Company.
That's just a nicer version of a steamroller.
Sweet little bong there. What, you talking shit, dude?
No, it looks like...
This is a great fucking price.
It looks like it would hit hard, bro.
It does hit hard, bro.
Hit you hard in
It looks like
dick.
it hit... Okay.
Whoa.
This is a device that will turn any bottle, like a soda bottle, into a bong.
Yep.
Water
On the
filtration
go
device.
stoning.
Bong.
Undercover stoning.
And then from Matt Chesler, we have the Tourette's bong.
Ooh, Tourette's bong.
It's got all sorts of fun words like shit, boob, fuck, dick, cock, and of course, NGBR written on the neck.
That is awesome, Matt.
Courtesy of MD Glass / Matt Chesler.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that sick?
That is dope.
That's new.
That's
Yeah.
fucking dope.
That's brand new. You guys haven't seen that one yet. Also brand new is, and I love this. Taco Bell's Verde Salsa. You probably can't see it because it's green. It says, let's paint the town green.
It is a giant bottle of Taco Bell sauce.
The Salsa Verde.
Yeah, the green
Verde
Taco Bell
salsa,
sauce.
yeah.
So if you like green sauce and you like a lot of it, or you're just in the market for some slightly flavored green slime, we got you covered.
We also have another munchie in there. A mood bar.
Oh yeah, it's a happy
moody bar.
Yeah, it's chocolate.
A couple other things we'll throw out there real quick.
The adult collectible Sonic the Hedgehog with rings. This is a Loot Crate exclusive. So unless you have Loot Crate, that's the only way you'd get one of these. For all you die-hard Sonic fans out there, this is perfect for your desk, perfect for your library. Just a little figurine with.
I remember Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, for real.
I remember whenever you were playing Sonic the Hedgehog, everybody's like, pass the controller. Pass the controller.
We got that on my.
It said adult.
I got that on my
collectibles.
Retro 5.
Yeah, yep. Actually disappointed that it
Talking stick!
Damn, Doug. Daddy Doug.
Get scolded. I don't like this job anymore.
Hashtag damn Daddy Doug.
Damn!
We have some silly putty.
That was also my contribution.
You can bounce it, you can stretch it, you can snap it. Silly putty.
It's like the mantle of the earth minus the hot.
I mean, you can make
Who
it hot.
called me?
Yes, you could.
I called you, Doug.
Yeah, we got a bunch of other stuff. We got some paintings from Matt Heck.
Matt, I want to
Matt's
get.
in the chat room.
I want to get some. I want to get some art from you. An all-seeing eye, bud.
Give
Make it.
Give
I'm
a
all
shout
free
out
money.
to Matt, Mr. Heck.
So awesome.
Dude.
I want that one.
Yeah. The one with the faces on it? Yeah, same. His lettering is sick, too.
Donated by the Maddie.
Someone give this
Maddie
kid a wall in Fort
fucking
Collins.
Heck.
Someone give this kid a wall in Fort Collins.
Honestly.
Yeah,
And
seriously.
yeah, there's a ton of other shit. That's big. I'm not going to go over everything else because there's a ton of other
But
shit.
one person out of the raffle, right?
Yeah.
One person. Yeah. It is a what did Corey call it last week? A treasure chest? Chest? Fucking that weed, man.
That what?
Max says he wants it. He says, I need to fill the mini barrel that he won.
Mm-hmm.
Matt says, sweet. He says, I'll rap too.
Dope.
Word.
Yeah.
Rapping.
Dope bong.
Dope bong.
Dope bong.
So, should we talk about the shaping our youth?
No, do we want to talk about the teacher who molested a student 36 times?
Or do you think we've already talked about it enough by saying that there was a teacher who molested a student 36 times?
Yeah, probably enough
Okay,
right
then
there.
we're just going to scratch that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that. I don't
Fuck
need
that
that negativity in my
teacher.
life tonight.
I hope you get served fucking life in prison, dude. No teacher should do that. And
Well,
I'm
you
a
are a
fellow
teacher.
fucking teacher. That pisses me off.
Yeah, you guys are supposed to be like
Protectors.
mentors and protectors.
Just don't give me a gun. Please don't give me a gun. I break shit all the time in class. Don't give me
Break
a gun.
the gun in class, like be fixing it, like, damn it, where'd that fucking spring go? Everybody stop, turn on the lights.
What about the unarmed, the pack and heat?
Ooh, the unarmed.
So they're
Pantsless
releasing
man.
footage of it. But cops fatally shot an unarmed man while his pants were down around his ankles.
I like how the first thing is Texas Sheriff's Deputy.
Yeah, Texas Sheriff.
It's like, only in Texas can you get shot with your pants down, shot for being autistic, or just, shot for not being,
white.
Yeah. Ugh.
They electrocute you for that too.
Yeah, no, really. Ugh. I'm not even going to...
That's a whole different topic.
But...
Stop doing it.
So, let's talk a little bit about this. What were the circumstances surrounding this shooting?
I'm reading it right now. It doesn't really go too detailed into it. This woman yelling. Scroll down a little bit further.
So it was basically using a taser instead of a pistol in this circumstance? Is that what I'm reading?
Yeah, she was like, I guess he was about to get tased, and then she said someone got shot.
Yeah, he was walking down an intersection talking to himself with his pants down around his ankles while hitting cars as he passed by.
Yeah, let's go ahead and shoot that person because, we're cops and we're supposed to be able to protect you, and we're scared to, have hand-on-hand combat.
Because this guy doesn't need help. This guy doesn't need help. He needs to be put down, obviously.
It's like whenever that cop, I remember that video of that deer standing in front of the cop's car and the deer wouldn't move. Like, nudged the deer. He literally walked up to the deer and just shot the deer in the face and killed it. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
It's the way they're trained.
Go around it.
We talked about this. I think we talked a little bit about this last week. It's how they're training police. It's how they're and what's one part.
Militarization.
It's militarization, and
You're right.
It's
sad.
But if you want to, you can't get mad at the cops. You got to get mad at the lawmakers because it's not the enforcers who are to blame. It's who allows them to be taught this way. Who doesn't do something sooner.
But it also is the process on selecting police officers. Some of these places around the country, literally, it's like, can you carry a gun? Cool,
Yeah, and right out of high school.
Right out of high school, right into the academy. Like there's other places around the world where literally the only way you become a police officer is first you go through, you get a bachelor's degree.
Mm-hmm. Some places you just have to serve military time first.
Or military first,
And I think that is actually not a bad idea, raising the age cap for the entry into the police academy. Maybe
what happened?
Instead of having 19-year-old cops on the street. Oh, I'm sorry.
I should have tried Slim Fast.
No, you need Herbalife, fool.
Herbalife, yeah.
Herbalife, fool.
So that was, I guess I am playing a set at the joint.
Congratulations.
On 420.
Hey.
420.
So, can we talk about that here a little bit, the 420 event?
Yeah.
Let's, I mean, who likes food and music and festivities and who...
Killer deals.
Killer deals, and who'd want to come see
Good
Dougie
music.
play?
I would be
there.
there.
Yeah.
I would
At
swing
the
by.
Joint Smoke Shop's annual 420. extravaganza. It's a blast. It's our second annual Battle of the Buds. These are always a great time. We get local artists, live glass blowing, live music, free food, giveaways, like joint rolling competitions.
Weedy Mardi Gras kind of.
Yeah, it's fun. And that's here in Fort Collins, Colorado, because, we love our Colorado. And, come see us, 420. It'll be a blast. Well, killer sales.
Oh, yeah.
We only carry Colorado-made glass. And it will be buy one, get one for $4.20. You can't beat that shit. You can't. Plus, you get to see us.
Yeah, I'll be helping out. You can find me walking around if you want to throw something or say hi at me.
I was going to go to Red Rocks, but I didn't buy a ticket yet, so I might not go.
So just come to this. You get free food.
Come to the joint.
I'm going to come.
Yeah.
So that was
and
our
you don't got to climb as many stairs.
Thank you.
True.
Yeah.
I always end up leaving.
Only time I've been to Red Rocks, I thought I was
going
going to die because so many freaking stairs.
Dude, I always end up leaving Red Rocks and going
yes,
to the
I'm
mountain
also
behind
way
it.
overweight and smoke, so...
Oh.
No, I feel you.
So yeah, this guy, I think he was armed, though. He was packing heat in his pants.
Oh, man. I mean, I can understand that a 19-year-old white cop would be scared of a 40-something-year-old deranged in air quotes, black man with a pants python. Fear the pants python, folks. If it could please your wife better than you could, put it down, damn it. Fear the pants python.
Oh, I actually had to deal with a really autistic kid when I was in graduate school. And yeah, they're really, really hard to deal with. But they don't deserve to be shot.
Jesus. This isn't the 30s. You don't hit him with a bag of oranges.
You don't hit
talk
them
to
or anything. You try to literally try to, they're human beings.
Yeah, it's sensory sensitivity.
You sedate him.
And okay.
Benadryl.
Trank dart. Bam.
NyQuil. NyQuil and bourbon.
Roofies, bro.
Okay.
But no.
Roofie the autism away.
Honestly, why do you need Rufalin when you have Benadryl? Have you
Hashtag
seen how
roofies
fucking
for
fast
autism.
that shit works? I told you, you write that.
That's the best hashtag, most offensive we've had yet.
Which one?
Roofies for autism.
Roofies for autism?
No.
That one tops the top 10 there.
I think that deserves like a light brown ribbon. All the causes that have the ribbons on the car. Roofies for autism.
Like
It'll be a light brown.
This is...
With a green outline.
For any future employers, I do not.
So if I make these ribbons, can I sell them at the joint? Just kidding.
Oh my god. Only if you hand them out to all of us. No, wait. I don't want to wear a ribbon that says that.
Moving along.
Yeah.
Well, okay. We'll call it brownies for autism, but...
Brownies.
Oh god, wait, no, now
It'll
I know,
sell better
now I know
that
what's
way.
in the brownies. For a second there, I thought it was just brownies.
I love roofie brownies.
Alright, so let's talk about the seeds and stem topic, if that's...
Yeah! So, there was this company, American Green, that bought a ghost town in California called Nipton. That had a few residents still in it, but their whole plan was to renovate this town and make it a pot paradise, like a cannabis tourist paradise. It's like right in between Vegas and LA. But they failed at this and ended up in debt and sold the company to an oil company.
Oh.
Or sold the town to an oil.
Awkward.
Yeah. So how about that?
So what happens to the residents that were supposed to live in the Amsterdam of California?
Well, I think there's still residents living there.
So they just live around in oil?
I don't. Yeah, they're saying they were gonna do that the company had planned to use the town to experiment on different ways to
house people
to drill.
Why would they live there when they couldn't live in Muskville?
I mean,
and
why
where?
wouldn't anybody else
Why would they live there when they can live in Muskville?
Yeah,
Muskville. That's true.
Honestly, what would the flag of
Maybe
Muskville...
we should buy it and call it Muskville.
I mean, he is down for entrepreneurs to do stuff for him, so why can't
Yeah.
we just all we could be like the mayors of stuff. Let's do this.
We could be his lieutenants and he'll be El Capo.
Right?
We'll make this work.
He'll definitely pick us.
And then people are going to be like, cult.
Cult. They're a cult with science. Run.
Yeah.
They don't got guns. They got reason.
Delta.
Oh, shit.
Right?
Delta International Oil and Gas.
Okay.
So basically, this nice town that these folks lived in just got completely fucked twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Went from good maybe to holy fuck.
Well, then what happened was that they totally thought that marijuana thing was going to be a cash cow.
Sure. However,
like here it is
actually,
in Colorado.
There is a hook here. However, American Green says the sale includes the provision that it continue with its project to transform the 80-acre town on the edge of the Mojave into a cannabis-themed resort. They want to make a buds and breakfast.
That would be nice. I would like to go to a dude ranch where you just go in a circle and you just get high on a horse and the horse doesn't get very stressed out and you just go in a circle and you're like, man, I went
Mike
trail
Tyson's
riding.
Weed Ranch, yeah.
Oh, God. I don't want to go to Mike Tyson's dude ranch.
No, it's Weed Ranch. He's making a weed ranch.
Oh, boy.
He's going to be like, no,
Shetland ponies and everything.
I was talking about this last week. Like, everybody knows Mike Tyson now sitting on a stool talking about growing up hard, but I remember Mike Tyson screaming, like, I'll rape you like this is prison to, like, a press conference to, like, a reporter. We all remember different Tysons.
He had some anger issues. I think he's a happier Tyson now.
Maybe he's getting high.
It's the pigeons.
Maybe he's getting this. Yeah, maybe he's like Teslaing it out. He's getting high and loving a pigeon like Nikola Tesla.
I love that meme. Now Kith.
Well, maybe that's what he's doing. He's just getting stoned, being less angry, fucking with pigeons. You know, at least he's not biting ears. You know,
giving girls.
You think he ever got? You ever think he got in his like? Do you think we got in his pigeon cage like completely naked before? I believe so.
I mean, dude, he has enough money and he can kill you with his bare hands.
Right?
Like, what does he have to lose?
He just lays in there on the floor and he's like, I'm one with you now. Oh, man.
Imagine being Mike Tyson's intern before he kind of cleaned up his act and like started acting.
No.
You want
Mike Tyson used to own a freaking Bengal tiger. He freaking had him around on a chain and shit.
Because that'll help.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
those
Saudi
Roy
Arabian
on his
princes
ass.
do it.
I forget which one got attacked by the tiger, Siegfried or Roy.
I think it was Siegfried.
Siegfried.
You deserved it.
Honey von Tiger. Simpsons called that too, by the way.
So let's talk about how our lawmakers here in Colorado have, as some see it, failed us, and
this is disappointing.
I think they have failed us.
So in our budget plan that was passed this week, there are the provisions to protect recreational states and their marijuana was removed fully.
And this is all the wonderful work of Jeff Sessions, the Lizard Man.
Medical was kept. Medical was kept in there. Protection for that was.
Oh yeah, they can't touch the medical, but they'll fucks with the recreational. And wasn't he trying to touch on an old law? It talks about death penalties for growers of over like 6,000 plants or something like that.
I don't know about that. I think that was kind of an exaggeration.
This was by the way, folks, this was like a Depression era, Prohibition era law. So this has not been enforced.
Like, it's been proved that you're wasting billions and billions and billions of dollars on the war on drugs.
Yeah. And we touched on this earlier. The real war on drugs is taking place in offices. It should be fought in corporate offices against men in suits, not in poor communities. These are the pushers that we're really needing to go after are making seven figures.
Legalize drugs, and you'll watch what happens.
This place will turn into Sodom and Gomorrah, and goddamn will it be glorious.
Let them sort themselves out.
I like sodomy.
Sodomy.
And Gomorrah.
Let them sort themselves out.
And then the sodomy cop comes in.
I'm finding you.
So if money was allocated in the omnibus bill for DEA to go after recreational or legal recreational places, that would be under federal DA discretion. Luckily for us here in Colorado, for the most part, the federal DA here said he has no interest in going after legal businesses. Yeah. He has no interest. He basically said it's a waste of resources. Yeah, they pay taxes.
At this point, they're making enough money that it's been proved. It's not like, oh, hey, this whole weed thing kind of petered out, and it's not really doing any good. And and it's in the news constantly. How much money have they made to date with the legalization process?
A shit ton.
Yeah, it keeps that number keeps going up and up, and for anybody to look at us and say this isn't working, it's fucking laughable. And it's not feasible that we can. that we can contribute and knock out a bit of the crime rate. Oh shit! I think some magic's gonna happen here, folks.
Dude, they actually said they actually have it. Looked at the statistics and they said states that have had legalized marijuana have a lower crime rate per capita. Yeah.
No, it's a needed thing. It's honestly, if you're again talking about, you know, the police this, the police that. Look at the lawmakers again, not the enforcers. I bet they would rather be chasing tweakers than stoners.
I like to chase tweakers.
I mean, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna be like, dude, I can't really run that much, bro.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm gonna go get some food and a slushie, and we're gonna rent a movie, and we're gonna fall asleep with like something frozen that's gonna turn into
in the back
slush.
of a cop car and be like, dude, I really don't know what I did, but can we just stop by Wendy's real quick? Can we just, that's like, what are they gonna get mad at?
Throw you the burger in the 10 seconds you have before you
handcuffs are behind your
bend
back.
Over.
You're like eating off the ground.
Dude,
I said no bacon,
actually saw
bro.
a guy. This was in Thornton. They actually had the guy was probably a DUI, but he wanted to get food at McDonald's. So the cops chased him into the drive-thru in McDonald's, and they blocked the drive-thru.
Nice. I wonder if you
The guy, one of the cops drove in the drive-thru the wrong way to block him in.
That's funny.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a good piece of news for y'all.
Ding, ding, ding.
It's time for Celebrity Deadpool!
This is my favorite.
Celebrity Deadpool, folks.
If you didn't hear.
That means it's also time to start wrapping this shit show of a show up. Episode 69, folks. Over 69 episodes, we've done a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We've drawn a lot of 3-minute dick pics.
Yep.
I've had one.
Yeah,
put
John
my
has
name.
had one drawn of him.
Oh.
In my
In your honor.
In my honor.
In his honor.
One for the archives.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've melted snowflakes.
No. You took a 1 gram dab out of a 6-foot bong.
We took 1 gram dabs out of 6-foot bongs.
That's a torture
really
technique
hot
in some
dabs
parts of Amsterdam.
Out of 6-foot.
Who was
bongs.
here? Me and Big Zerk. Is that his name?
Big Urs.
Big Urs. Sorry. Big Urs.
What else? We've Craigslisted.
Mm-hmm.
We've done all sorts of fun.
Put a bid on the
And,
used spreader bar.
You've helped us with this, guys. You're a big part of why we are. Fuck that promise. 69 right now. We're fucking 69. It's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful. And, oh shit! I'm gonna poop!
So, while Doug is cleaning himself up, let's start.
It's gonna itch later.
It always itches later.
You either do 2
But
apiece,
Jonathan,
right?
Yeah, you get to pick 2.
who is your 2?
Oh, I gotta pull it up. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know I've won. You know I've gotten a Deadpool, right?
Who?
Who was it again?
You were
Doug?
tied. I don't remember.
It was tied with someone. I can't
Was
remember.
it Stephen Hawking?
No.
No. I'm gonna go with Seal.
Seal?
Yeah, like like just
Yeah.
Seal.
My power, my
Alright.
pleasure, my pain.
And then
Seal fan.
Has anyone actually hit on the Celebrity Deadpool?
This year?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Oh no, this year? Oh no.
Him and Josh were tied last year.
Yep.
So you guys know there's no repeats, no three-peats, no tree-peats. Oh, it's my dad's birthday, everybody. Happy birthday, Dad.
Happy
Dirty
birthday.
Dan.
Happy birthday, Dirty Dan.
Happy birthday, Dirty
birthday.
Dan.
Congratulations on another lap around the sun.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
You put up with me.
Seal
Here.
And
So Seal? Sorry. I'm grinding.
You're on Grinder.
What?
He's on
Yeah,
Grindr.
I am.
That's our next platform,
Actually,
folks.
I'm like a number one
let's say
person on there.
Watch
you know
us
what?
live on
I'm gonna take.
Grindr
You know
every
what?
Tuesday.
I'm gonna Jeff Sessions. I'm gonna go ahead.
He's
and
already
say,
on it.
Oh,
He's
is he
on there.
really?
The Lizard Man is on there.
Damn! Everybody wants him.
Everybody was after that one.
Everybody.
Yep.
Everybody.
Oh.
You alright?
Somebody
Let's
was
go
just calling
with
me from RW
let's go with
Michigan.
Beetlejuice. You remember the guy from Howard Stern?
Yeah.
Who?
Beetlejuice, the little black midget guy from Howard Stern.
No.
Look him up real quick. You know what I'm talking about.
Is he a celebrity?
Yeah, kind of.
Would you consider him kinda?
E-celebrity?
E-celebrity.
Okay, celebrity? Has to be celebrity?
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of this guy. Have you?
But then again, I'm not very familiar with a lot of Howard Stern's.
Go for Mini-Me.
Ooh. Yeah, dude, let's do that.
Vern Troyer.
There you go.
Vern Troyer
it is.
Mini-Me. I never thought about Vern
got you,
Troyer.
man. I got you.
Thank you, bro. I couldn't think of anything. Thank
Kevin's
you.
racking his brain here.
But Seal. I listened to that song the other day and I was like, damn, I wish she was dead.
Freaking Christ.
I mean, it also can be like random death too.
See, you got to be careful because it's part of your points is based on the age of the person. So it's 100 minus their age. So if they're 99, you get 1 point. If they're 50, you get 50. Ooh. I like it.
You guys doing dick pics?
No, I'm drafting who I am hoping, not hoping, but I'm gambling
I'm gonna pass.
who's gonna die.
Can I get a pass? I'll come back to me.
Okay.
Who wants next?
I got it.
Okay.
Just because I always cheat in Google. I'm going with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I think he might be on here.
All right, that's okay. How about
Let
Johnny
me check.
Depp?
I think Johnny Depp's on here too.
Son of a-
Let me double check.
Okay.
Dude, someone almost got Kevin Smith. He had a heart
He had
attack.
a heart attack.
Damn.
Yep, sure did.
Is Arnold on here? Johnny Depp is on here.
Okay, I know my guy. He's super popular right now anyway, but that Twitch streamer Ninja that plays Fortnite all the time, him.
No, I can't. They have to be internationally recognized.
He is internationally recognized.
Is he?
He has millions and millions of viewers.
Dude, anytime he gets on Twitch, dude, he has 100,000 people watching him.
You know the game upstairs?
What's his
Fortnite
name?
Ninja.
Let's just go ahead and say YouTubers are famous and popular people now. Especially the ones that are getting paid.
Dude, so if you guys seen Last Jedi, that chick that played Rose, her claim to fame is that she got YouTube famous.
Who's your second?
Well, how about Sandra Bullock?
No, she's not on.
All right.
That's a good one.
I got.
Who said Ninja?
You got a
I've
second
never
one.
compared.
Kevin, you get a second one.
Who was your first one? Wait. Forget it.
Baby? Is
Let
that to
us
you?
I don't know.
let us go with
Paris Hilton, Matt Heck says. I think Paris Hilton's on. Is she on there?
Possibly.
No.
Hey, Mike, who's your other choice?
Sandra Bullock.
And then your second one? You haven't come up with yet?
No, I already did. Let's see, you can make me go back. Arnold Schwarzenegger, or was the other one after him?
I don't know.
We'll figure it out later.
What?
What was my first one?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And he's not on there?
He's not.
See? There it is.
Stormy Daniels.
You want to put her on?
Yeah, I'll fuck it.
I don't see Paris Hilton on here, so you're good, Matt. Let's see. So, Stormy.
She died by asphyxiation. That's bonus points if I called that.
But if she dies and she doesn't die that way, you lose points.
Never mind.
You want to gamble it? No. So, what else? Paris Hilton? You're good? What would you like? What was your first one?
It is Larry the Cable Guy. It's just time. It's just time. It's time to go home, Larry. Go home to Nebraska. Just go back to Nebraska. Or, whatever.
I think David Spade might be on there.
I hope David Spade's on there already, but if he isn't, I'm putting him on there.
I'm looking.
And if not him...
Yep, David Spade's on there.
Alright, what about that coked out Carrot Top?
Carrot Top's not on here.
Alright, the Carrot Top it is.
Wow.
He is a ginger warrior of the utmost degree, and they should not have an ultimate warrior. The Soulless do not need a champion.
Nicole Richie is the other one. That was when you were singing the song?
Guy on the Ninja's legit.
What?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, just watch any of his streams. Him playing Fortnite. He's insane.
Ninja?
Yeah, Ninja.
Okay. And Corey, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Neither one of us do. And Corey, give us some Deadpool pics.
Yeah, for real. Who do you want to see in the obituaries?
So I'm going to check if he's on here real quick, but if he's not, I would like to put Rod Stewart on.
Do it.
Damn. And has he really made music? Good music?
No, he just existed.
I'm checking. Nope, he's not on here. Alright, so Rod Stewart is definitely one I want on there. George Clinton is the other one.
Like the funky guy? You're just going by like middle-aged men now, or older-aged men now. You just want to get those like 60 points.
It's better than nothing, bro.
So,
I mean, you don't want to profit off of young, unfortunate death. More like middle to late aged.
Here's the thing: if I end up getting younger deaths, most likely they'll die from a drug overdose, murder, or suicide, and that's bonus points, so it'll make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody get Little Peep when Little Peep died?
No.
Oh,
Retro points. But what about those other Xanax rappers?
Anybody else?
Those other Xanax rappers.
Let's.
Did anyone call Stephen Hawking?
I think I got Little Xan on there.
No, but Josh was actually talking about calling it, and he didn't.
Yeah, he did actually. I remember that.
He said,
remember him talking about it?
I do remember him talking about that.
Talking about what?
About calling Stephen Hawking the night he died.
Oh, really?
And he didn't end up putting him on the list. And
yeah, it was like literally after your guys' podcast, like 2 hours
Lil
later.
Windex. What the fuck's Lil Windex?
He's like a parody of Little.
Is it real?
No, it's a parody of Little.
Lil Xan or Lil
Xan or something.
Lil Uzi Vert.
Lil Xan's on our list.
Yeah, I put him there.
Oh, he's drug free now.
Lil Xan is drug. I don't believe Lil Xan's drug free.
He's just a bad
Have you
concert
seen
away
what
from
that
slipping.
sketchy white
I
boy
just
looks
watch a lot
like?
of YouTube.
Have you seen him? Right. Regardless, if your daughter showed up with that full and metal fangs and been like, "Hey, I might impregnate your daughter," and
you're right. What the fuck?
Usually there'd be some like, "Oh, hey."
Mac thinks he's serious.
Yeah?
I think Mac is convinced that Little Windex is real.
Oh, I thought that Lil Xan was clean. I know Lil Windex is a real person. It's just it's like a comedy act like Weird Al, I think.
Yeah, I'm so out of touch. I have no idea what you're talking about.
They're these new SoundCloud rappers.
Okay.
SoundCloud rappers?
Yeah, it's
literally, they're like the ones that are coming out with like trap beats and like saying like 3 words the whole entire rap. No, they're saying words.
No.
No, they're saying words like the little, like, what's his name? Like the, like, little whatever his name. I can't remember. He said, I think one of the songs is like 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, but when you break it down to words that he repeats and stuff like that.
Oh, like Gucci Gang?
Yeah,
Gucci
it's only like
Gucci
30
Gang.
seconds long.
That's Lil Pump.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Lil Pump. Let's get it.
No shit.
No shit, indeed.
It's been episode 69, y'all.
It has been both pleasurable and pleasuring.
Yes. I'd like to thank you again for coming and supporting us and being on the co-host side of this.
It's always a pleasure.
Patreon, guys. We launched our Patreon, and if you really enjoy the show and would like to see us, bring a little bit more to the table, we'd like to get merchandising, sound, all sorts of shit. You should really consider checking out our Patreon page. You really should. And Patreon is a service where you can pledge a monthly donation. And in return, you get some sweet-ass rewards for doing so. Right? Best way to put it, I'd say.
You get the meaty video.
You do. You get the meaty video. We have all sorts of fun and sexy rewards, and we will be adding more to it very soon. So yeah, check it out, patreon.com/notgovernedbyreason, and
remember, at the right pledge, you get to dance with me.
it's true. Right pledge you do, and you get the right pledge will also get you a signed picture of our asses.
Scientific striptease and ass on glass. In framed glass.
Yes. At least plastic.
All right, we're just gonna put like a piece of saran wrap over it and call it good, y'all.
But yeah, fuck, it should be fun. Just give it a check out, and any help will be rewarded tremendously. It allows you to also get involved with the creative process a little bit more, because we want to get more creative. Awkward. I agree, it is awkward, isn't it? I'm not doing too good at this. I'm kind of awkward with this. I can't sell it.
Well, you want me to try?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Give it a try.
If you love this crazy train crashing into the side of a political wall crumbling down with these crazy opinions, and you want to pitch into it, because the better the cameras, the better the effects, the better the side content. And if you want to get involved, yeah, you have ideas, you want to voice your opinion, reach out to this guy. He is looking for ideas. And just like a young Motown singer, he's going to give you 3 quarters and a bag of chip for your brilliant idea. So come on by. No, he'll give you more than 3 quarters and a bag of chips. And yeah, that. A hand job and a bag of chips.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
What the hell just happened?
He went from selling
Muskville
to asking people for help.
Right, yeah, I'm not sure.
No, but if you want to get involved, this is a good way to get involved. If you want to see more creative... you have creative input that you'd like to see on the show, it's a good way to get involved. And it's as little as, what was it, like $5 a month?
I think, yeah, $2 or $5 maybe, I don't know.
And if you can spare that for, I don't know, takeout, cigarettes, weird magazine porn, because you don't know that the computer's a thing, the internet porns is a thing, you can definitely spare the couple bucks to help this grow and flourish.
Yes. This. Still awkward. Thank you, Corey. We appreciate it. We're trying.
We're doing the best we can.
We're doing what we can with what we got. But we're doing it for you. Thank you for filling our holes.
Void fill
with your souls.
With your soul, souls.
All your base are belong to us.
You can get us every fucking Tuesday on this place. Facebook.com/notgovernedbyreason. Right? You can also get us on YouTube, BitChute, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play Music, Podknife, Podcast, soon Pornhub,
Soon.
Podcast Republic, all sorts of places. We're everywheres, folks, everywheres. So yeah, make sure you tune in every Tuesday. You can get us on Twitter at NGBR Podcast. We are also doing some work in getting people more involved with our Instagrams. So I'm posting more pictures and shit on our Instagrams. What else?
Thank the guests.
Yeah.
Thank Mr. Professor Pollock, Professor Weather the Weather Pollock, and Jonathan Demidog.
Demidog.
Hamid.
How do I
and all of you. I love all of you. And you touch me, hashtag me too, all the time. Alright?
Oh,
yeah. More content coming soon. We got lots of stuff coming up in the near future. Yeah. Sexify it.
The Joint 420.
The Joint, yeah, I'm playing 420. The Joint.
Come on through.
And next month, starting host open mic comedy band night at Scrumpy's on Wednesdays. So that'll be fun. I am a gator wrestler. Thank you. I'm glad you noticed.
I'm from Florida. I really am a gator wrestler.
It's true.
How did you survive?
He likes
you bite him in the eye.
No, I mean
you got
just
to
Florida in
put your
general.
finger in the cloaca.
Cloaca. That's all about.
All right, you guys.
All right, good night, guys.
Bye.
We love you.
Night.